Tkrs is not responsible for any emotional damage caused during this podcast.
Niggas really want to be gatekeepers, but I can't be gatekeeper because I'm not good at nothing.
The second song sounded like some wicked Barney type shit.
Man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck he from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn, hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down? I say, goddamn, hey, wait a minute. When I walk up in a room, then there's some paper in it. I say, oh man, hey, cool it down. If you ain't know me then, nigga, you gon' know me now. I say, goddamn, hey, I'm from the 6. You ain't never run no blocks. Most of these niggas just run their lips. All the girls that used to be thoughts, you be hugging them trying to kiss. How you turn her into your wifey when the whole hood used to hit? I say, goddamn, hey, I'm up now. They like, how the fuck he get a bag? He from a small town. They be praying on your downfall, hoping that you fall down. Now that I'm in my bag, I can't go fuck my crush now. I say, hold on, chill, just wait a minute. I'm just getting started, wait till you see me when I'm finished. I remember I was drowning, I looked up and you was grinning. Now you look upset and you look salty, see me winning. Hey, oh man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck you from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn, hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down?
The kids are sweet.
Yeah,
The kids are asleep.
the kids. I like that. That was dope.
Man, listen. Shout out to the kids that are asleep. Okay, shout out to everybody. We rocking out with the Kids Asleep podcast. Okay, you know the vibes. We are here for another podcast episode. This is pretty much where I get to say a bunch of toxic shit and get away with it. What I'm here today, of course, with Ashley, Donnie Sav, Carlos Smooth, Big Keish, Rue, and of course I, myself, me. It is I. All right, y'all. Let's get started. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Yeah, you good now.
I'm feeling
You
pretty
good?
good right now.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. There is no as you say, city for city battle tonight. We took a break tonight. We are back Saturday. So if you're looking for that, you will not find it tonight, but it will be back Saturday. With that being said, if you are interested in any of that, you can still tap in with Carlito Smooth. He can get you right. He can get you right. All right. Okay. No, I was just reading an email. Okay. Y'all real quiet. Why y'all get so quiet, man? Listen, I want everybody to know when we be in the lobby, they be all talking. And the moment I hit the live button, it's like I don't know what happens to them.
I don't.
Like, they
I don't want it to pick up my car driving like too much.
See.
So we be making
You
a
hear the
sense of
music in the
ourselves.
background at this hotel, so that's why I be muting sometimes.
See, where you at, Ashley?
I'm in Miami.
See, Ashley out there having fun.
I'm just playing.
You better
Hey,
tell me
vibes.
find your ass.
No, I
Whoa,
whoa, shit out here,
vibes.
but some alligators.
All right, y'all. All right, we got some good pod to do tonight. We rocking Carlito. Where you at, man? I gotta tease Carlito, man. I don't see Carlito here on camera tonight. I don't know what's going on, gang.
Chill, B. I'm here.
But they don't see you, gang. They don't know what's going on.
Damn,
Oh,
Carlito.
it's gonna.
You're supposed to be hosting too. Where you at?
This nigga don't show his face no more, bro. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you. Say hi to the people, people.
What's up, man? I know we still here to get us entertainment.
Look, she on the real Laurel. What's up? No.
Yeah.
Where
I don't know where that's at, but yeah.
You know where it's at.
I say, even though I don't know where that's at, but yeah.
You know where it's at.
I don't know where that's at. Where is that?
It's in the Springs.
Oh, no, I'm a suburban. I've been in the suburbs.
I'm a suburban. She called herself a compact truck.
Don't worry, it's a Laurel Street everywhere. It's a Laurel Street everywhere. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm crying. All right, y'all. So let's get right into it tonight. We are going to be talking topics, and I have those topics responsibly pulled up to my right. We're gonna get right into it. Okay. So Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the key words that we've been hearing. I know everybody been hearing it all across Facebook, social media right now. Buffalo famous. What the fuck is that?
Nothing.
All right, so
You
let me
niggas.
let me let me
You
explain.
niggas
was
that's
funny as fuck.
only fucking.
Let me
That was
explain
funny.
to the people in the back. You heard?
I,
When it comes down to being Buffalo famous, I mean you was your town. You got like town favorites and shit like that. You feel me? People with most in their city, but that's about as far as the reach go. You feel me?
So it's like being like voted like most likely to succeed or some shit like that.
it's
Yeah,
like
it's
being
like it's
Facebook
like
famous.
it's like the favorites within your community. You feel what I'm saying? Like type shit in so many words. Shout out to the Buffalo famous motherfuckers. You feel me? Without them, where would Buffalo be?
No, that's dope because I've been seeing that a lot when people are saying that Buffalo famous be having people feel like they some like what's the definition of Buffalo? How
I
can you
seen
be
that too.
Buffalo famous?
Them niggas ain't famous. They just got a big fan.
I feel like people know who you are in your town, but if you step foot outside the town, then people ain't gonna have that same recognition, and people be letting it get to their head by what it sounds like on the post, or at least people be thinking that's what it. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I feel like that when people do music here, it's not really noticed or it's not really supported as much as if they go out of town with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, but
that
that's with
has been a
anything
topic
though.
of
Yeah,
conversation.
that's
Yeah,
what. Yeah, true.
It's all facts. That's all facts. Yeah, and that's with anything too.
Yeah, no matter what you are trying to get off, if you are in your hometown or your city, you're less likely to be able to get that off just because of old reputations, old situations. Let's go into detail about that. Why do you think the difficulty? Because the thing is, I do believe that some people do let the shit get to their head, but I think some people be hating. I think a lot of it be hate. Like that's what it be. Like somebody can feel a little accomplished and somebody come along and be like, oh, but you ain't do shit. You ain't been no like, I think negativity was
I
always
don't disagree.
follow. And I think that's what that is. You know what I mean? Like they told Benny he wasn't gonna be shit all the way until he was shit. And they still saying he ain't shit. So that should tell you a lot about the haters and what they will say versus what is true and what is not.
Right. But they only saying he's not shit only due to because the fact that they feel like he don't give back. You know what I'm
What is
saying?
he
So they don't
supposed to
feel like
give
that
back?
he's
These niggas
humble
don't
enough.
give to their
But once
kids, let
again,
alone
that's
back.
only up when it comes down to
People
that
also
giving
be
back
on some
shit.
weird
I ain't
shit
gonna
like
hold you. When it come back to that giving back shit, I feel like that's upon you. It's not upon the world. So if you decide to give back when you make it, then that's on you. But that shouldn't
These
cost
niggas
anything.
ain't never gave $1 to
when,
the crackhead at the corner store. What they want a
Shit,
nigga to come.
who put in some funds for
Yo.
him to get that record there?
but they'll
Still,
put a
I'm just
crackhead on
trying.
the album cover.
Oh shit!
You
How
talking?
did
Oh
that
yeah,
happen?
her?
Hold on, I did not line that up. Hold on, wait, wait a minute.
You talk about
That-
the clear lady?
no,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you gotta think he's not entitled
but
to have to give back, and I think
No,
that's
you're
something that
not
people.
entitled to have to get back.
well,
That's
you're
literally
using her
just
likeness, and I'm sure they did pay her for it. I'm
that's
pretty
a
sure they
form of
talked about it.
they
kindness.
paid her. They paid her. And think about this. Claire family is rich. She
Yeah,
chose to
that's
be
what.
out here doing that. Her family rich. She didn't have to be out here doing that.
That's
Hmm.
a fit that.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
one thing I will say is like to Shai's point, like I feel like people do be hating and saying like it's not even just about them not giving back. People will be like, even from our town, be like, nobody heard of, and nobody's listening to Griselda outside of Buffalo, this, that, and the third, and they got a big ass fan base. Like it's, and they'll just say that to be on some hate shit, like because
I believe
usually they
that
want
a
to big
lot of
up
the
their own
hate.
music.
I believe a lot of the hate you're going to receive because I tell people all the time if you're going into this business where you want to be seen, you want people to view you, you want people to judge you, support you, buy your merchandise, whatever it is, you have to kind of become vulnerable to a certain extent because you got to give a certain level of yourself to it. And people want that level. They want that level of intimacy between your viewership because they want to feel like they know you. So it's cool, and then it's not
Mhm.
because unfortunately niggas take it too far sometimes. And hate is serious. Hate is real. And that's something that's unfortunate, and that's something that unfortunately we have to go through. But I do believe that when it comes down to the quote unquote Buffalo famous thing, I do it like I said before, it's a mixture between hate and like a reality. Now, yes, do some people get caught up in emotion? Buffalo is very small. If you get known in Buffalo, you have succeeded at absolutely nothing but step one. And if you don't understand that, that's a separate problem. But as
I
far
feel
as
like
like, go
It's
ahead.
I
crazy
feel
because
like
you're not lying because hoes get more props.
I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
no,
to
yeah. The
be
hoes be everybody know the hoes. The hoes is the most Buffalo famous.
I feel like
They
to
don't
be
get the same more
accepted by
props
your
though.
city should be an accomplishment though, because it's a lot of artists that lead the city and work on their craft and build their shit up. You feel me? Build their fan base up and shit like that. And when you come home, you nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like when people tap back into your city to figure out who this person is, it should be people that's willing to, back you and be like, oh, this person is that and the third. So I get the narrative behind the Buffalo famous shit, but like me personally, I always wanted to make myself pop in my city and then expand out and just create the motion going forward and shit like that. I feel like I built up a big enough name in my city right now where okay, I can focus on other cities. And it's
Right.
working in other cities now more than it is at home because it's like, but it's also waking the people up at home and showing them like, okay, this nigga really got motion for real though. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
really
it
how you
is.
work it.
It's a step-by-step process, especially for people just starting out. And I'm not saying like touring. I mean, touring is a difficult task for anybody right off the bat. And if that is the motion you want to go, like you definitely have like my respect. You know what I mean? But like, or the internet wave. But I'm saying like Western New York, like the Buffalo area, has like 350,000 people in it. If you sell your tape for $1 to each person, and that's not even saying you're marketing to stuff other people like in other towns, and it's unrealistic to sell to every single person in that specific demographic as well. But I'm just saying it's a big market. It's not like as small as people think it is. It's not like no, you know, tens of millions like
But
New York
listen, you
City.
talking
But
about selling CDs? These niggas can't sell tickets.
No, yeah, that's the thing though. Tickets is
So
crazy.
that's
they
true.
Cause
they
But
they, in order to promote your stuff, you got to get people to come watch you.
and I think that's something we don't talk about too. Like just because I think that's where the Buffalo famous shit gets confused. There's a lot of niggas in town that are famous for being complete jackasses and dummies, and it's like just because you rap too, no, you're a jackass. That's why we that's why we know you. You just a jackass that rap, but we just know you for being a jackass. I don't think people understand that. There's not a lot of niggas actually famous for their craft in Buffalo. There's a lot of niggas famous for everything else but what they do.
yeah,
So,
I mean that's even something like that. I gotta kind of like I be kind of careful with balancing. Not that I'm saying I'm a jackass, but I'm a very opinionated person. You know what I mean? And I
but that's
showcase it
okay.
on. Yeah, and I feel like that's part of my brand and stuff. Like I showcase it on the podcast and
Is
stuff like that.
Stay true to
when
that
is
though, because a lot of
when is
people can't speak up or be outspoken. So that's
that's
what
a
makes it
fact.
different.
When is clout chasing
Yeah,
or
I'm also
chasing
not like just
relevancy too much?
pulling like just random stunts out here to get attention either. I'm saying my opinion based off of
Explain what
something.
you mean as far as cloud chasing.
I got you. I got you. We on a day to day have watched a few people literally make asses of themselves back to back to back to back to back for
India,
repetitively for like months at a time, and they don't really. I don't even think they get like $10 off of this shit. Like, what are you getting from Facebook that allows you to just completely just ruin your entire image and life for a couple
I'm
thousand to
not
a
gonna
million
hold you. I get
views?
paid off of Facebook. You wanna know how much I get paid?
Yes.
Sure, if you want to
It
share with the
ain't enough
audience.
to act a fucking fool. I promise you. It's $20, literally. I get
Yeah.
paid 20,
Yeah.
maybe like 20 bucks a month.
And that's what I thought. And that is not enough to be just let any and everybody.
I mean, niggas be recording the worst of the worst. Like, I
You know
mean,
what it is
it's
though?
just
I feel like some people be chasing that high. It's like a high that they
Yeah.
get when they get all these people to tune in and interact with them.
but
Maybe they
listen,
grew up and they wasn't
it's
popular,
never
or
nothing
maybe,
positive in the comments, bro. Like I
but
get it
it's
if you
not
got a
that.
high,
But
people
it's
was
not. You
promoting
gotta
you.
understand, we in a day and age where it's not really about you know the good shit you do. It's about the bad shit you do that's gonna really turn you up. You feel me? Like it's
You know,
weird to say, but
But in Buffalo, the bad shit is getting more pats on the back than the good shit. You
but
gotta
that's my
understand
thing
that,
though. You feel me? The social media shit is wicked. Like
right? But sometimes, like once again, you gotta be who you are. It's up to you if you're gonna take the social media shit serious. I don't take the
Do
social
y'all
media shit serious
but
at
that
all.
might be the real them though. That's the whole thing we missing. That might be really them in real life, and they love it. Like
So,
it's working
yeah,
for them. That's
you
what they
never
feel like
know.
is
You never
working.
know. Like I
do
would
y'all
literally
think
not if somebody like always talking about like sexual things or like talk about like some whole shit or whatever, I'm gonna believe that that's like truly your like who you are because this is something
Right,
that you completely keep talking about.
right.
no,
But
I
when you
feel
just
you.
say like little share like little random things like here and there, different types of scenarios and things like that, well, you just sharing.
do you think
Like
being
I'm
Buffalo
watching.
famous can
Listen,
be
let's
beneficial?
we potting tonight. Listen, y'all. I'm watching people sell pussy on their Facebook pages, like on their regular face page, like it's right under their child like Christmas photos, like it's right there. Like
But it's cities. I look at Thailand. Thailand is a big place right now where people talk about moving this and the third. It's there's also places in Thailand where you can walk down the street and there's going to be 1,000 prostitutes.
Everywhere
that's
got
why you want to go
prostitutes.
there.
But
These
that's
niggas is
everywhere. That's
nasty.
just what they. You know what I
Everywhere
mean?
got
That's their
prostitutes.
lifestyle.
Yeah,
That's
and
some
you're gonna
nasty
find a
shit.
lot of females out everywhere that don't respect themselves. Shit, you gonna find out a lot of places. But once again,
All right, I just want to say,
And it's a lot of females out here
what
that got
type of
way
shit you
more money
selling
than half
yourself
these
for?
niggas
I
out
don't
here
see
that's
that
not
shit
doing
in
shit.
Cheektowaga at all. I don't see it in Salone or Cheektowaga.
you don't see the prostitutes in
I
Cheektowaga?
don't see them at all.
We
I
gotta
see
get you a whistle.
coyotes.
They out there.
I see
We gotta
coyotes,
get you a
but
whistle.
maybe these prostitutes, maybe the prostitutes are at home prostitutes. Like they go ahead, pick up somebody and go in the house type shit.
At home
Said they out
prostitutes is
there
crazy.
But they're not
down in
outside.
these
The
strolling.
internet exists nowadays, so you don't really got to stand on a corner as much.
Yeah, she
You can
called her a
kind of just
stay-at-home
get
prostitute.
Stay at home
messages and stuff.
prostitutes.
Me, but
Yeah,
who
not
said
all of them. I see a
that?
bunch.
Well, they definitely out there.
Oh man, oh shit, man.
So Buffalo famous.
Nah, Buffalo famous, man. Shout out to all the prostitutes out there.
Shout
We
out to
wasn't
the in-home
discrediting y'all.
prostitutes too.
Listen, man.
Something wrong
Pull
with y'all.
305s, not toots no more.
You
Yo,
gotta
Black
say
and
what
So
the
what's
Martha
the
is
fuck
difference
big.
from a female prostitute and a nigga dick riding to make it?
what?
No, they both sucking dick. Sorry.
They both sucking
Sorry.
dick. Yo, that's crazy.
They is though.
You got a
All
cat
right,
dog.
look. Yo, listen, can we talk about it? Let's have the conversation. Dick riding. Let's have the conversation, and not the literal term dick riding, right? But let's talk about it. Let's because I'm like, what type of shit is this? No, but we really let's talk about it. Let's talk about
You
people.
gonna get my
What is
own key?
what is glazing? What is that?
You wanna go over
What
the
is the
fire
definition
pit?
of dick riding, glazing, and what is just support?
You wanna go sit at
What's
the
that
fire
thin
pit?
Well,
line between that?
It's cozy.
when I first came up, they really had like a terrible narrative on just supporting people, and they would call it dick riding constantly. Like Buffalo's in a way better place now, like musically. I feel like where people support each other, but like I would be sharing people's music, and people would know me, and people would be just on shit with me, like, oh, this person, you know, what I mean, like, yeah, I don't know, people just be on some weird shit. I think it's a way to create, like, I think you can go too far, you know what I mean? Like, they're schmoozing and stuff, but I feel like supporting people isn't a bad thing, and it's
I'm sorry.
negative to make a narrative
I
about
feel
it
like
that's negative.
a lot of people get dick riding and glazing confused with support too, because it's like, I say Benny for example, right? If a motherfucker start posting Benny or sharing his shit up, people look at, oh, this nigga dick riding, this nigga trying to get signed, this, that, and the third, blah blah blah. But if you go share money back, yo Gotti, Gucci, any of them niggas, it's regular shit. We gotta understand, Benny is a celebrity right now from our
Yo,
city.
listen, I think these
So
niggas have convinced themselves that you a lame if you a fan of somebody that you know, but if you a fan of somebody you don't know at all, that will probably never give you a fucking pitcher of water if you were on fire. That's not lame. But if you a fan of somebody that would support you back, that's lame. I think that's what's been instilled in the mindsets of local niggas.
yeah, but that's a fucked up narrative though to have. You feel me? Because it's like
No,
if you see people doing good, no matter if you know them or not, and you support them and you share their shit up, this, that, and the third, I don't feel like you should be labeled a dick rider or a glazer or this, that, and the third. I feel like if you talking shit about a nigga and you see him in person and you a fan, that's a dick rider. That's a glazer. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's a glazer for sure. A dick rider is exact. It depends on how you do it. I agree with everything you said, but it depends on how you do it. Cause support, it does definitely comes in, but you gotta know the type of people that you even allow to support you and all of that. All of that plays a part in all that. They ain't too
Word,
far
though.
off, I tell you that. If you're trying to be seen you on everybody's face and this, that, and the third, you're a dick rider. You a dick rider. Ain't that much support in the world. I don't care what nobody says. Dick rider.
Oh God, word to her
So,
mother.
Dead
what
ass.
is? I'm an old man. What's glazing?
I old nigga.
I
Let
just
me
gave
explain
you
it.
an example. You wasn't listening, bro.
Shit, it
All
sound
right,
like
so
me.
me personally, like how I came up and built my name up, bro. I just said one day, like I'm about to just start supporting anything I see positive, anybody I see promoting their business or promoting their music or this and the third. I don't care if I know you or not. I'm about to put you in my algorithm. I'm about to spin your shit. You feel me?
Support.
And that shit actually worked for me though. You feel what I'm saying? But
Well, you
I
just a
never
different
felt
type of
it.
nigga, Lito. You got to understand that. You a different type of dude with a different type of heart. So therefore, like, nothing that you can do can make me think that your shit can't blow because there's always room for improvement in your eyes. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, it's different. It's like different from people who's like genuinely understand the craft.
Nah, fuck for real. Appreciate that.
I
And I
support.
think also
Like,
at times
but
I think like support can mean taking an active role. You know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily, but like at least um like if you know somebody personally, like what do you what are y'all considering support? Like and what is too far of an extent of support that
I
would be
must put it
considered
like
like
this: I do hair, nails, lashes, tattoos, and I make gear as well. And I get more support from strangers than I get from my own people, and that's just it. I get a lot of support. I get a lot of clientels. They ready to spend whatever with me, and boy, my people ask for discounts.
You know, a
When I
lot
was
of it
doing
has to,
their shit for free, and when I first started,
Right.
and I think
you
that
know
be
what
the
I'm saying?
problem. I think they don't
So I don't get no
understand that.
shares from them, no nothing. I get shares from others.
Right.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that they get used to a certain way. Like, you know what I mean? If you came up and you practiced on them and you got better and then you now you got a price and they looking at you like, who the fuck? You used to do my hair for free. What would I like paying you?
But
And
you
it's like
know
the same.
another
Fuck out
thing
of here.
too, people be intimidated by people that they see that could actually make it. You feel what I'm
Because these
saying?
niggas be lazy ass bums that just sit on the
Mhm.
couch every day and just talk shit on Facebook. So when you see a nigga actually work and put in the work, they're intimidated by that shit. They don't even know how to comprehend that
But
shit.
but like she said, most of the time it be the people around you though. You feel what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
people
you
that
right.
act like they support you and this, that, and the third, but won't publicly put it out there. You feel me? Like it's
But
nothing to
that's
And
why you
why do
click
you
the
gotta
say
open
share
up
that?
your
button.
eyes for
I
shit like
listen, me
that.
personally, I
I
got a
know who
lot
gonna
of
support and
private
who don't.
supporters.
Like that's why it stays. You know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be people out here that's gonna support you to support the people who support you. Fall
Oh
back on the
God.
people who fall back on you.
Nah, for real.
Fuck them niggas. I went on a blocking spree. Like I think last week I blocked like 500 people. I'm not gonna hold you. Them niggas mad as hell still. I don't give a fuck. I got you out of here, you lame ass, no music, good making ass
Yeah, I'm
niggas.
out of
I
here.
got tired of these niggas. Look,
Oh, you said
and
no
that's my
music.
point. I supported
No,
niggas when they mamas
shy.
and they grandmas didn't pull up. Now y'all niggas
Shy,
is
just don't never do
different.
that bullshit that you did the last time with Buddy. Listen to that video first. Don't do that.
Thought he was gonna stop.
Don't do that.
I don't
Listen, the
even know what
Cut
he
nigga
that
did
video.
ball
last
right in the
time, but
middle.
I didn't even know that nigga video was that bad, y'all. Listen, yo, I really didn't. Shout out to that nigga video, bro. I think he messaged me too. Like y'all had to do me like that. I'm like, damn, you seen
No, he
that?
need a ghostwriter.
Shout out to his need for a ghostwriter. All right, listen, we
Need a
about to jump
ghostwriter.
back into the topics. Okay, y'all had me going a little rant right quick. I had a flashback. All right, cool.
No, shut the
Let's get
fuck up.
right into it. All
You
right,
had the
y'all.
crash out moment.
Yeah, it almost happened. It almost happened, man. I had like one of those. It almost went
it's still
bad.
early.
Check this out.
All right, we back. We back. All right, let's talk about it. What is more important to you people, okay? Business first or friendship?
Business. If my friends fuck with me, they gonna know my business is more important to me because at the end of the day, I got shit to take care of. I got responsibilities. I got 3 kids. I got a household. I got mad shit to do. And to get worried about somebody else who's not providing for me, that's a dub.
All right, next up, who want to talk about it? Who want to touch on this topic?
That shit is
Nah, I
not.
feel like that's a fact though. I'll piggyback off what Ash said because for me it was friendships. You feel what I'm saying? But like I done reached the highs in my lifetime where it's like I let friendships break me down. You feel me? So once I got back down, it was like okay, it's strictly business now. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you got to go through that though to
But
really
that's how
open
you
your
gotta
eyes.
do things because friends is not gonna care about the shit that you got going on.
And
Mostly,
then
they
plus,
might
I
ruin the
guess it
shit that you
depends on
got
the
going
type of
on
friends you have,
or
y'all.
set you back. Huh?
Most, I think we are in a world where we use the term friendship too loosely. Like we using these terms, friend, brother, sister. That should get used too loosely, and I think that's why we get our feelings hurt so much. Like as genuine
Mhm.
people, when you use these words the wrong way, I think the reason why we have gotten to the point where we say the people that we deem as friends are still not as important as business is because the people that we have put in our life as friends have never either supported or never even put us in a position where we felt like we can be that comfortable being that, how do you say, exposed and vulnerable to another person, even as friends. And I think that kind of
Yeah.
shows in the type of people we around. Because there's some people that will be like, nah, friendship comes first. Like my friends will bail me out of any situation, will be there for me for any situation. I think it depends on the experience you have in those relationships that kind of determine that.
In the environment, because you got to know your environment. If they not the type of friends that's going to be around, I'm honestly in a hard debate because business always going to come the type of person that I am. Friendship, but friends is a dime a dozen for me too. But I do have some people I went to pre-K with. We still rocking. So it's like I don't know. I had to change my environment a few times. You gotta weed out the snakes and know who really did is solid. Cause friends, listen, they'll create the business with you. You know
Yeah,
what
and
I mean?
some friends that will be, it's just as hard as ending a relationship as it is ending a friendship in certain
For sure.
situations.
I got friends
Got
and
that
wanting
better
to
I know.
invest in me right now, and I don't even want to take that step because I'm just like, why am I that important to you? Questioning myself. I know my worth and all that, but it's like I never. These are new friends, you know what I'm saying? So I never had that type of. This my environment now, so you just gotta know your environment because it's really some solid people out there for sure.
Yeah, I
Sure,
think
sure.
I I naturally kind of have always put friendship first. So like I've really had to work at putting business first for me to be able to do that. And a lot of the time it is mutually exclusive. Like you are going to have to sacrifice some things for business. Like if like my thing is like Shy said, people use titles and stuff very loosely. Y'all know that like I have a few people who I call brother and sister. Like one person I considered my sister obviously didn't consider me her brother. Tried to sue my family for a large amount of money. You know what I mean? Over some, like, they were in the car with me when I got hit in an accident. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hmm.
I
I'm
feel
gonna tell
like
you like this: money gonna always be the problem. Money gonna
yeah,
always be a fallout. So understand that when you have a brotherhood or sisterhood, make sure that they won't fold when it come down to financials.
and it was
Is it
somebody
best
who I
to
was
not
consistently
mix
there for
money
too.
with friendships? Because I tend to do that a lot too. I tend to try to keep it separate when it comes down to finances versus with friends.
Hmm.
That's where it gets the messiest. I believe, like
Yeah,
kind of like what Ashley said, that's where you really test the waters. Let a couple dollars come into the situation, and you'll see really who your friends are. That's a real
I
statement.
promise you.
Um,
I
Unfortunately,
feel
that's
like
kind of how it is.
I
I feel
think it
like
can cause a drain
nowadays.
out a lot of people. Real. Oh my bad, bro.
Now you good. I feel like nowadays my business relationships have been turning into my new friendships. You feel what I'm saying? Because now the people that I'm actually in business with is becoming them brothers and sisters and shit like that. You feel me? So I can't really say mixing money with friendship. You feel me? Because like we making money together before the friendship, so it becomes like more. You know what I mean?
I
That's a
feel like
fact.
it.
That's a fact.
It depends. If it's a thing that's not reciprocated, that can cause a real strain. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be like a give and take thing. You know what I mean? Like yeah, it's got to be give and take. It can't just be like one sided or perspective wise, both parties, if you are involving money, have to see it as mutually beneficial.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Definitely.
Next topic, y'all. Understanding the field that you're in. Um, that is very important. Me recently, like I had to go back recently. Like I've been studying a lot more into like just videography and cinematography and like just so much into the details of it. It's so much that you will kind of overlook or just won't think that you need to know. There's in a lot of different fields, and it's important that if you really want to become a master at what you do, you can be really good at something, but you can be even better if you just take the time out just to learn a little bit more. And I think that's important in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's engineering, you're creating music. It's always good to try to find different ways and try to teach yourself different ways inside of that craft. Y'all want to touch on it?
Good touch on it.
We can. I'm an octopus.
My bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm consistently like still studying and learning. Oh, damn. Somebody almost hit my car. I'm still consistently studying and learning new techniques about my craft with engineering. You know what I mean? Like going back and restudying the basics as well as trying to teach myself advanced techniques that I don't know. And even just like messing around, like experimenting with like settings and stuff inside the program without studying it, just to see how it reacts, just so I'm familiar with what I'm doing in the program. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
What was the question? What was the question?
Yo, Rube, is that Rube background? Who background is that? Y'all blinker loud as hell. Go ahead. Who had to ask the question?
What is the question? I didn't hear you.
Oh shit, I got you. Understanding the field you in. It's on the screen, gang. Nah, the question is pretty much, we were just talking about the importance of understanding the field you're in and actually taking the time out, whether it is promotion, whether you're making music, I don't care if you're a dancer, whatever it is you do, taking the time out, if you make t-shirts, taking the time out to learn about manufacturing and like the different ways that you can go about that and the more convenient, more affordable ways to get your distributing, shit like that. Just doing the research and whatever you're doing could really help and affect you in different ways.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the most important part, especially when it comes to business. You gotta know the business. You can't just be a part of a business and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You feel me?
I
So
think
it's
that's
like,
that's what we're seeing a lot, and especially in our city. Like we see that a lot. Like we see a lot of people that will pick up something and say, "Okay, I do this now," or "Hey, I'm adding this to my bio," and it's like, bro,
but
you can't. Like for
but
example,
I
respectfully, I
wouldn't
don't do
say you
nails,
can't.
but you can't
I
do a set
wouldn't
of
say you
nails and
can't
then say you're
because
no tech.
some people learn on the go. You feel me? Like me personally, I'm not the type that's about to just read it out. I want to see it. I want to
Oh
visualize it. I
yeah,
want
but if you
to.
learn on the go, you gotta go and put more work in before your ass call yourself that. You gotta actually go and put the work in. If you are a learn on the go type person, you still gotta get the education that goes with the learning. Like you can't just, if you was a
That's a
woodsman, you don't
fact.
grab a saw and go cut down a fucking tree. You kind of figure out how to cut that tree first.
That's a
It's
fact.
just,
Yeah,
you know
I
what I mean?
think like, I call myself a rapper and an engineer because I put like a certain amount of time into that. Like with DJing, like I don't feel I've put enough time in with that to call myself a DJ. I just say that that's an interest of mine, like something I be doing. You know what I mean? So like,
But
I
I,
get exactly what you're saying.
but I don't watch this nigga Shy go from photographer to DJ overnight. So yeah,
But
elaborate
you
on
gotta
that.
think though, respectfully to every DJ out there, I'm still not a DJ. I'm just a nigga that know how to play music and mix it well. You gotta understand, like when it comes down to individuals that have been doing that for a long time, like I will be offended if somebody came up, bought a camera, took 3 pictures, and said I'm a videographer or I'm a photographer. It's the same difference. It's like you gotta put the work in, bro. I've been taking pictures for years. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, all right, cool. I've made my name in that. So I'm allowed to say I'm a videographer. But when it comes down to like DJing and shit like that, I probably only did like 15 events. So therefore, it's like, no, you can't really sit up there and throw your hat in there. But I think that's what happens a lot. These niggas will rap on their man song. They get a little bit of buzz. They don't even have their own mixtape. And then they'll be out here saying that they rappers and they jumping up and down as hype men behind niggas. And they don't understand why they ain't making
Yo,
yet. And I think a lot of times it
that's
what?
fire.
No, we fine tonight.
You
Shots
guys wild.
fired. Shots fired.
I
That's
hear you.
crazy.
Listen,
That's crazy.
no. We potting tonight, and that be the thing. It's just like y'all make these niggas Buffalo famous, and y'all be like, why they feel like they Buffalo famous? Stop sharing that dumb shit. That's it. That's your
Nah, hold
answer.
on, Shy.
Huh?
Rewind that shit. Back it up. I've been
Go ahead.
quiet. Fuck that, nigga, cause you be the one. Don't say it. If you saying us, make sure you include
I'm
yourself.
pot.
What I
Okay,
do?
now
I'm pot.
my girl Keisha said, "Don't play with her."
What I do, Keith?
What don't you do?
What I
You
do?
you was the first motherfucker trying to promote every goddamn body. Mr.
Yo, when I
Captain
say
Save
that
a
echo is
hoe.
crazy.
Listen, I didn't know these niggas was trash. Look,
Yo.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's time for open honesty. When I first created the Kids Asleep podcast, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't really listen to the music at first. And because of that, my platform paid for drastically. Some of those mic ups are fucking dreadful. I hate that
Can
I
we
met
talk
y'all,
about that
and I
echo though?
apologize. With that being said, for the individuals that were talented and I learned later,
Yo.
Can we talk
That's
okay?
about that echo?
crazy.
That what do you do?
But like,
No, she
no,
was.
I get that there's a point to what Shai's saying though, like to an extent. I mean, it is good to try and diversify your craft, but I'm just saying before you
Oh
market
yeah.
yourself and charge for things, like I spent like damn near a year learning how to be a videographer, like working with Shai and stuff like that, and I still don't think that I'm ready to charge and market for my services. You know what I mean? I'm still teaching myself editing and videography. You know,
But anything,
No,
I'm
and
gonna
I
just
think.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. What's your name?
Donnie.
Donnie. All
That
right,
means
Donnie.
that
I'm gonna tell you this. Everything is a hustle. Okay. Like I understand that you're not ready to charge, but don't give services for free all the
Oh
time.
no,
You know what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
that's not. Yeah, no. I
Because
mostly I
everything,
practice
still
with.
your time is money, and that like money could be wasted, but your time can't.
and get that back.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. No, and I think just to clear up for the confusion for any of the audience out there that's watching, I think what Keith was saying was is that I'm partially responsible for these niggas feeling important because unfortunately I gassed them up. I want to
You
say I
did.
apologize for gassing up the trash, bro. I was learning my craft, bro, and I needed somebody.
For
I need
business
somebody.
purposes, so I respect it. Business purposes.
You know what I
But
mean? It was
that's your
purposes, but
job,
no.
though. That's your
Yo, and
job.
that's
To
the
build
point too, though. It's
artists.
just like it's
Whose
one of those
side
things
you
where
on? What you
I truly
like?
did.
What's
Listen,
good?
I truly did. I truly did. Look, check this out. I truly did try to support as many as people in my city as I possibly could at the time. I think the main reason why we are like venturing out from the city now, and it's so many people that's tapped in outside the city. Shout out to y'all, by the way. We are not local niggas, but anyway, to the ones that are tapped in outside the city, I do appreciate y'all. It's one of those things that we had to learn how to get that audience and how to show people kind of what we were working with that because we were kind of stuck when we first created this. It was more on the wave of getting your city to support you. We thought that was so big at the time. And I think that's how a lot of people be when they start something. They like, yo, I got to get the city behind me and then I can take off from there. A lot
Oh,
of
you're
times
trying to
that you
be
should do it the
Buffalo
other way.
famous.
But that's where the confusion comes in. It's like you don't really need to get your city behind you because they gonna follow. It's just one of those fucked up situations, but you really don't need you like wasting mad time trying to become friends with everybody from your town and trying to get love here because they gonna show the fake love as soon as you make it. So you might as well go out there and get that energy to the people that's
They
gonna
gonna
really
show the
reciprocate it.
fake love as soon as they think you do. They think you're doing something.
As soon
It
as they
looks like
get a
it.
hit, they just
That's
get
what
a
it gets. They
man,
coming at. Like they think they want to hop on the bandwagon. That's just not
and
it.
that's
You
the
As
know.
soon
point.
as
Yeah,
And
you
I
say
think
no
Shy.
to hate
That's
show.
that's exact. You still got a few people on the roster that you need to kick the fuck off. But you know, I'm
yo, listen, Keith's cooking. Keith's cooking. She says you forgot some niggas with that 500, nigga. You forgot some niggas, man. You gotta spit back through. Nah, but no, and I get it though. It's one of those things where, unfortunately, like I said before, it goes back to that Buffalo famous shit where people feel as if we are. And I get it. It's some hate though, because some niggas be like, "Oh, y'all feel like y'all made it because y'all got people that supporting y'all." When people talk shit about other people that for example, people tell us like, "Oh, y'all do the what is it the fucking verses? Y'all do the verses and y'all can't get 30,000 views yet, so y'all can't be popular. Y'all can't be this. Y'all can't be that." But then they can't stop watching, and they begging to come on, and it's one of those things where it's like you got to understand that clout chasing is so real that like they don't even understand that they do it. Like a lot of people are just friends with other people, especially in the city, probably everywhere. I'm gonna say probably everywhere because I feel like that's just how it goes in cities. But like I'm pretty sure niggas is just friends with niggas just so they can be around certain individuals, just so they can be in the it crowd, and it's a lot of that. So
He crying.
unfortunately, if you ever pay attention, friendships don't really last a lot in the city. because that's gonna come out eventually. You know what I mean? These niggas don't really like each other. It'd be like that. And me personally, I rather roll with people that I can tolerate than people that I have to tolerate for a reason. You feel me? So y'all got kicked right off the bus. With that being said,
We gotta fix that for you, Shy. I hate that for you because you shouldn't have to
why?
tolerate shit.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
have to.
that's
There
why
shouldn't be a
I
toleration
don't
there.
be
So that
around
you gotta
niggas. That's why
upgrade,
though. That's
upgrade
why I
that.
don't be around niggas, bro. I don't want to be around anybody I should have to. I'm forced to tolerate. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's
Not
just
forced.
not.
You said you don't want to be forced to, but then you said I don't mind like having to tolerate them. It shouldn't even be that. It's either they good in your energy or not.
Oh
If they
God,
taking away, deferring
That's a
you
fact.
your energy or like affecting you, they shouldn't even be around. There is no toleration there. That's you gotta have more standards, higher standards for yourself. You're gonna be more at peace. Fuck these people. No disrespect. I love everybody in here, but I'm just saying in general. Me not even being from here and coming at a fresh age at 14, learning that these niggas don't even know who they are. Why the fuck would I let anybody out here tell me anything about myself? Nothing. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm a jack of all
that's
trades
on
and a
God.
master of none. And that's it. That's it. I got dick riders. I know who they are. I got haters. I know who they are. And I got people who genuinely fuck with me and genuinely want to see me win.
Can you get caught up in the hater? Like, is that possible? Can you get caught up
I'm
worrying
too
about the
mature
haters?
now.
Huh?
I'm too mature now on the haters. I show love. The haters is putting out their arms. I'm giving them the same love I would give a rat on the street.
Damn.
Or a fucking janitor. Like that ass. I'm gonna treat everybody the same, but just know I know. My discernment is on point. God don't play with me.
Yeah, she cooking. She cooking. That was a direct message. Anybody else want to talk?
I feel like when
You
it
know when a
comes
nigga
to the
talking
haters,
directly to somebody? Where's the
I feel like when it comes I feel like when it comes to people hating and shit like that, you feel me? They play themselves because once they see that it's not breaking you and you still moving forward and the momentum not switching up, they kind of, I mean, they just gonna be stuck in their bitterness at the end of the day. But we don't entertain none of that shit.
At all.
You gotta remain the
Let the
same.
haters
That's how
hate.
people really know. You have to remain the same in every room. Hater in there, dick right in there, people you don't fuck with. Remain the same. Cause people they
Shit,
gonna
I
do
step
this.
in every room comfortably. I don't give a
Okay,
fuck.
they're gonna do this, and then when you
Oh
step out,
God.
people as long as the people know you, none of that shit matters. None of that shit matters.
honestly,
Hey, I
confidence is
know
key.
shit.
Like real
Promise you.
shit too. Confidence is everything.
Like who's it? Don't worry about it.
Now, yeah, confidence is everything, especially when you want to be in any type of form of entertainment. You want to go outside. I don't care what you're doing. Confidence is everything. You
Is
must
somebody
lead with the
talking?
confidence.
Yeah.
What happened? Y'all hear me?
I can't
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Oh,
I bet. I don't know. I got lost for a second. Rue, it's two of you on screen. Which one do you want to use?
I only see one.
Yeah, that's me and Rue.
I only see one.
Check the chat. Put my other shit in.
Oh shit.
There you go. I bet. We are back on You Rockin' with the Tkrs Network. We in here. We talking a couple. We talking the culture. We talking some topics. I'm in here with Black Kate, Moss, Carlito Smooth, Big Keish, Rue, of course, Donley Sav, and Ashley and the Tuck. Live from Miami, out there about to get on a boat and risk her life. You know what I'm saying?
Risk it all.
I
Risk
can't
it all.
swim, so that's
I
I
definitely
can't
feel like
risking
swim
it
with the
all right
sharks,
there.
but I can swim.
I feel
Mackie
like
there.
a lot of people lack confidence too, and that's what make them standoffish because you could create a hater just because people lack the confidence within themselves. So when they see you, they feel like you overly confident, but it's like, nah, I'm not even overly confident. I just believe in myself and what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying?
It's a lot of
So
people that don't understand that, like the concept of actually truly believing in yourself. And like I see it a lot with people, and they be really truly dumbfounded. Like, how can you do this for so long, or how can you stay so consistent doing something that's not immediately
Right
giving you
here.
a turnaround? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that people genuinely just, like you said, they don't believe in themselves enough. Like to do anything that anybody on this phone does, we have to have a level of confidence that's just not normal. You know what I mean? You got to just, and I think that's something you got to remember too. That like normal people aren't as confident. You know what I mean? Like people don't just put themselves out there for judgment and for other people to view like that. There's a lot of shy people in the world. So there's a reason there. I like to say it all the time. There's consumers, and then there's sellers, and there's consumers, and that's kind of how the world works. You know what I mean? You're either one or the other, and you can't kind of be both. You're more one or the other. Because even when you're consuming things, you're consuming it in the eyes of a seller. So that's something to look at too. But anybody else want to touch on that before we go to the next topic?
I'm gonna just make this comment because I hear what you say, but you know what I had to learn? Literally sitting outside looking in. A lot of people don't know what they want. Like, I could use you because my dad say this all the time with music. People don't know what they want to hear until they hear it. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to people, because the norm, what is norm? What is weird? We don't even know. Like, where's the median in between that? Fear is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Confidence is one, but fear is a big thing too. Cause like they go by like what the world and media is putting out there to instill that fear. Cause we're not born with fear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna just say that. I'm done.
Do confidence and fear go hand in hand?
Yeah. I would say that somewhat, because you got to think. You're gonna have kind of both when you're doing something, right? You're gonna have a little bit of fear, even if you're confident. To be confident, you got to know that there's something dangerous there, or there's something that may go wrong. To have the confidence to even get through it. If there's no turmoil or nothing there to slow things down, then there's no true reason to be confident. If it's that easy.
Yeah, like if you're not scared of something, you're not really showing courage by overcoming it.
Yeah. It's like the ability to have courage with nothing to be scared of. It's impossible. To have courage, you have to have fear.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta embrace that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of the most courageous people, they know how to channel their fear just differently.
Yeah,
that's like with events and shit. You feel me? Like, you might feel like, oh, I ain't put enough promo into this event. People might not pop up, this and the third or whatever. But if you know what I mean, challenge yourself to throw that event, you'll never know. That shit might fuck around and be packed. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I don't want to speak for nobody else, but I know, like, with my social anxiety, like, at heart, I'm kind of like a semi-shy person unless I really know you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like overcoming that social anxiety, like, really what led me to be able to be decent at performances, and I'm still like pushing and getting better at that, or even just networking with people, like popping outside and stuff like that. But I feel like
that helps a lot.
Confidence can be something that you
Yeah,
work
I
on.
feel you on that. I got social anxiety, and I feel like that shit hold me back from a lot.
Go against the grain, y'all, because y'all already know how to speak to people. Go against the grain. I swear, this is why I've been on gold the way I've been for the past year. Go against the grain. I have social anxiety too. You know what I mean? I like to disappear when it's too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go against the grain. When you don't feel like doing it, go do it. Even if it's just an hour or two. See how many, you know what I mean? And then pop back into your comfort zone.
It's almost like
helps.
exercise.
Yeah, honestly, because Donnie, I was surprised to see you at the fashion show Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So like little shit like that helps. That helps.
Yeah. I be trying to pop out and just support different like mediums of art and stuff like that. And my sister be in like the fashion world a little bit, so I just pop out, be helping with videos and pictures, rocking out and stuff. Just
you saw me
learning.
running around with the camera. Now I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
I'm just a photographer that day. But it's like you just gotta. I don't know.
But shit, Donnie, you getting better at it though. Cause like even with the shit that we done did in the last couple years, you feel me? Like Yonkers, you feel me? You ain't know a soul in that room, and you still got up there and did your big one, and got the crowd behind you. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just growth and development.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact. Yeah, it's literally, like I said, it's like flexing a muscle, practice, exercise.
All right, y'all. We back in it. New topic. How much support should you show to someone who's not putting in the same work for themselves?
I feel like you gotta break the ice, you feel me? But once you see that it's not being reciprocated on the other end, that's when you kind of fall back and focus on other things. Like I come into that a lot.
Honestly, I feel for that topic a lot because me personally, I feel like I've worked with individuals that I felt like I have honestly wanted more for, and I seen
Hmm.
more for, and it's unfortunately sometimes you deal with individuals and you have to understand that even if they have the potential, if they're not willing to really unlock that potential and put that work in, it can be a lost cause. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to understand that no matter how much work you put into it, it can be pointless. It can be one of those things where, because you gotta understand, people come into your life for different reasons. I believe that at a certain point we feel as if everyone's supposed to be permanent. That's not true. People come to your life for way different reasons. Whether it's your love life, whether it's your friendship, your personal life, whatever it may be. Family members that come and go, they come in and out for different reasons. They're there to teach you lessons. They're there to teach you things that you should know and that you shouldn't do, or you know what I mean? It's just I feel like it's more education to be learned from experiences with people than we look at. I think it's more black and white and we get really emotional about shit quicker than if we actually took time out to look into it and actually take that time out. Just me personally. But go ahead, y'all cook.
Um, I have a question that's gonna like kind of determine my answer a little bit. Like, so do you have a
Mhm.
vested interest in their success? Like, is it like an investment, or is it purely out of just like wanting to see them succeed, or do you get a
Honestly,
return on this?
honestly, it's always been the pure side of it. I kind of wish it was like a more of a, residual thing, but unfortunately for people, even when because that's the thing too. You would think if you allow people to kind of do their own thing, you don't hem them up, you don't make it hard for them to be creatives. You would think that it would be more of an easy and positive, like go lucky round. But unfortunately, some people just don't want to put the work in, gang, and that's just unfortunately how that goes. Everybody is not meant to be certain things. Some people are just genuinely meant to just, rock out. You know what I mean? You gotta
Yeah,
let them rock out sometimes.
I would
Just
say
say
if it's
everybody
yeah,
can't go.
if it's like an
Everybody can't
investment,
go, gang.
I would say like I would push, as far as I could to try and get the return on investment if it's something that I had. But if it's like purely for my peoples to see them succeed, I mean, like, I'm not saying I would consistently be going out of my way to my detriment, but if I'm not doing nothing and they ask me to help them out, I don't see the harm. You know
You
what
got,
I mean? Or if it's
nah,
like
because some of
sharing.
these niggas be so lazy that help them out means do it for them. And then do it
Uh,
for them turns into just keep doing it for them. Some of these niggas get known off of doing shit that they really didn't do. And it's just like after a while, you got to pay attention and just be like, okay, cool. You got to just fall back. You just got to fall back. Let these niggas figure it out. You know what I mean? And then when you see them later on and they ain't doing shit, it kind of clicks.
yeah, I get what you're saying because, like, yeah, what's to stop them from asking you to do it again and again and again?
Yeah,
You rather,
you know what I
because
mean? It's kind of like as a kid, if you're taught you can get away with certain things, you're going to continue to do it. If you stole from the cookie jar and nobody told you not to steal the cookie, you're going to keep going back and stealing from the cookie jar. It's that simple. It's without being told that this is wrong and you can't get away with this, you're going to keep doing it. It's like the nigga that gets caught cheating. If his girl don't make him feel like this is the end of the world, he's probably going to cheat again.
well,
I'm
I
just here to
think
tell you, look,
so.
if she just hit him with the tears, a couple, I can't believe this. You like, oh, this shit was easy, man. I want to spin back. And unfortunately, that's how niggas think because if you make it too easy for them, you know
This
what I mean?
nigga is
It's just the
crazy.
truth. Niggas is hard headed.
I'm gonna
Well,
just
if
I'm
say
it
cooking.
if it
this.
This
isn't
nigga,
just because you purely
this
want to see
nigga is
them
toxic.
succeed and you want to help, then like why why wouldn't you, like, if it's not a mutually beneficial thing, then don't do business with them. You know what I mean? Unless you have something that they can provide, if that's really what it's for at the end of the day. But if it's for you to like, you could say I'm doing this for you and agree to do that, and then be like, I'm not doing that. I'm helping you out by doing this. That's establishing boundaries.
Like
You know
for
what I'm saying?
example, like we have friends or family members that may have drug problems, and we
Hmm.
may go above and beyond for these individuals, and if they're not willing to get the help that they have to get, after a while, you are a dummy for going out there looking for these people and trying to drag them back in. After a while, you gotta leave them where they at, and it's hurtful, but it's true. And I think I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on it. Anybody else want to touch on it? The girls are kind of quiet.
I play both sides. I was waiting for y'all to finish. I play both sides on the behalf of I had to learn because I am a girly who overplays her part because I actually genuinely do want like to support and see people succeed. However, the toxic part of me has learned you gotta make sure it's worth it for you. Been like Donnie said, like beneficial, right? So I like to if I come into a play, especially because it'd be mutual. People want to be around me. Like I know what the fuck be going on. People want to be around me because they see what I got going on. I give them a certain amount. You know what I mean? And then I gotta see, and then you just they have to be beneficial. Like I have to see what they have going on. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's people that I'm around right now. They got connects. I go after the connects. I wanna. That's all I want. I mean, it has to be beneficial for me. I'm gonna show up, show my face, and this, that, and the third. But if you're not putting out, then you're only gonna get what you get, and I'm gonna leave you thirsty, and then you're just gonna be looking from the outside again. But I like to play both sides. And it's always genuine. But once you got to call a spade because everyone you got to read the room. You know what I'm saying? Basically, so that's what I do. I read the room. I know it's genuine and I know it's not. But either way, genuine or not, it's beneficial for me.
That's a fact.
That's it. That's what it is. I'm going always. I can't take an L. I don't know what an L is. I'm not gonna lie. It has. I'm very strategic. I do everything with attention, and that's just what it is.
That's what I'm talking about. You heard her.
I feel like me personally, when it comes to me, I feel like I support genuinely because I do it without being asked to do it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes I see myself supporting people that don't support themselves and it kind of irritate me. So I fall back, but then I catch myself still putting in the effort to show the support. But like I said, it's genuine. So I'm not looking for, a return of investment and all that shit. I genuinely want to see you do better. So it's like maybe that's a flaw for me, but I don't really look at it like a flaw. I just look at it like shit. It is what it is.
But if it's an opportunity there, Lilo, you're not gonna take it.
Nah, definitely, most definitely.
So
yeah, I mean, but I agree with Lito. I'm not saying like I'm only doing it because there's an opportunity. I think,
and I'm not saying that either. I always come in genuine,
Oh.
but you have to read the room. The time speaking of my experience and the type of people they taught me this. Buffalo taught me how to move like this. I was
as long as it's not a detriment, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's more so
for sure. But I'm
Mhm.
always looking for anybody, but not like I said earlier. My environment now. If you are a part of my environment or want to be in my square, circle, triangle, whatever, you have to have some type of beneficial. It has to be reciprocated. That's what that reciprocated. Like
And
we got
she's
to be
not
the same
wrong.
tier. That's
Because
it.
unfortunately, we grow into the mode where there's a lot of people that will literally leech onto you, like will literally have no fucking talent whatsoever. Like wasn't good at leapfrog, connecting the dots. I mean checkers, like nothing. And what happens is they come around and they realize if I'm a good enough friend and I glaze enough and I just tell this nigga just enough for him to like me, you know what I mean? I can stay around. And it's like, nah, like we need to get those people the fuck up out of our lives. And like she's right. Like if you don't have anything to bring to the table, you just here to eat. And it's like that's not how we play. You got to bring something, a fork, a plate, fucking bread, some water. Bring something to the table. And I feel her on that one.
Well,
I definitely feel it
I
on
will
that.
say, I will also say, like, when I am doing something that's not for reciprocation, and then somebody offers reciprocation and doesn't follow through, that really pissed me off. Like that'll, like, if I'm doing something off the strength or off like because I got love for you, and then you offer me something like I wasn't asking for, and then you don't follow through, that kind of pissed me off because like I never asked for that shit. Why'd you put that on the table? Like I don't know if that's weird, but like that should be. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like when the artists be like, "Yo, we got a link to do songs," and they don't really do songs. I was like,
Yeah, it's literally like that, bro.
yo, shout out to all the artists that's ever been in any of these Luna lounges and seen a nigga that you admire, but you want to be low skis with it, and you slap him up, and he like, yo, bro, I heard of you. He lying, he didn't. And then two, he like, yo, we got to work together. He also lying because y'all never go work together.
Stop
I'm gonna
talking
tell you
about
that
me.
now.
Stop talking
Let me
about
save.
me.
I'm gonna save whoever the fuck some time because that's Buffalo politics. They don't really hit you back. They don't really work with you, and that's cool though. tap in with the outside world. Buffalo is not the end all be all. Please tap in, use Instagram, Facebook. I don't give a fuck. Go to Skype. I don't care how you got to do it. Find you some people that's not Buffalonians, and I promise you, you will get some goddamn respect. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
All they gotta do is type in with Lito. I'll be putting it out there. Plays be set. Niggas
But
just
Lito,
don't be jumping.
unfortunately, I've realized this too. After dealing with so many people and working with so many people over the years, the support, man, man, they don't even appreciate the support because they're not used to getting this shit, bro. So they don't even recognize it when you're supporting them. They just think you either hating or there's some secret motive because they're not used to actually receiving support from other humans. And I think that's the thing.
That's why I said I think we got to start defining support, because I feel like we just use it as a buzzword now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, come support me. Yo, I'm supported him for you. Well, what have you actually
Support
done? You've
means
watched him
buy
on
this
your Facebook, or did you
motherfucking
like
ticket.
subscribe?
Support means when you pull up to this motherfucking venue, buy this motherfucking ticket. Don't ask for no motherfucking discounts. I don't care we went to school together. No, I'm not your man's right now. And stop asking your bitch to pay to get you in. That's what that means. That's support.
Nah, don't stop asking her to pay for you to get in, because as long as you pay, we
Get
good.
in. Yeah, as long as you get in.
Nah,
Yo,
that was
give us
personal.
the tip.
disgusting people. Nah, I seen too many of you super important rappers get your girl to pay to get you and your guys in. This shit is crazy. We
Or
out
the
here
ones
moving.
that be sneaking in.
Well, you're the ones that be sneaking in. Shout out to the niggas that be stealing wristbands. Some of your top favorites
Big
be out
facts.
here stealing wristbands.
Boy,
Not the
Huh?
Buffalo famous people. That's great.
Yo,
stop
shout out
talking
to
because I go to Party City and get wristbands.
Party City don't
Ain't
exist
no
no more. Where
Party
you get this shit from,
City.
All you really need is to get a camera strap and then put a Nikon disposable camera on that shit, like tape it around that shit. Say,
Yeah.
say I got a media pass.
I'm gonna hold y'all. Half of the fucking photographers' cameras don't even be on. I swear to God, they don't be working. I don't know what the fuck they do, but they don't be taking pictures. You be seeing like 4 pictures 6 months later. The shit don't be making no sense,
They
man. Shout out
said
to them though.
they said my life worst is never gonna come out is on here. I can't be taking up photos with y'all shitty performance.
Nah, shout out to everybody out there that be supporting though. But yeah, no, definitely that's what we mean by support. We mean when we're selling merchandise, buy it. We mean when we're got music out, stream it. That's support.
Yes, absolutely.
Not just, you know, when it's look cool and when certain niggas share it, you pop up and say, oh, that's my cousin, that's my man's. That's not support. True support is honestly really supporting somebody to the point where you can help better their situation. And I think that's the more important part. I think it's important to look at everybody should look at your follower count. You should look at the people that quote unquote support you and then pay attention to your actual algorithm. And if that's not aligning up, then there's some changes you got to make to get the right people in there. And that's what I recently started doing because I started realizing I got fucking thousands of people that's just sitting here watching me, but nobody wants to tap in. Nobody wants to hit the like button. Nobody can share. Let's get you the fuck out of here. I replaced those 500 with 500 out of town niggas, and I'm just getting shares now. I don't know what the fuck changed.
That's why sometimes you gotta test the waters and see who really willing to do it publicly. You feel me? Like I just made a post probably like an hour ago. Like drop 100 if you really jacking what I got going on type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Most people will look like, oh, this nigga attention seeking, this, that. No, this is literally a public service announcement. I'm watching to see who physically is
But you gotta
willing to
think,
put the
dude,
effort
we are
into
in an
that.
era where it's not cool to publicly support certain people. Like half of these niggas is in the inbox glazing, but publicly they have to keep it a certain way. They have to make it look like, you know what I mean? Because they need
But
to
that's
still
where
be
you
cool with
leaving them
Billy
out,
Bob
though.
and the
You
rest
feel
of them
me?
niggas.
Because if you're not willing to support this page publicly, then you feel me? What am I even entertaining you on my inbox
That's
for?
why them niggas got blocked. And I think that's the important part to understand. It's just like you have to understand your demographic and what you're doing. Once you have your goals and what you got going on, you got to realize that some of this shit isn't as important as we deem it. And some of this shit we can avoid, like the extra stress of the toxicity and any of the clout chasing, all that weird shit. We don't have to look at it. Like it doesn't have to be on our algorithm. We choose to leave these individuals on our algorithm, and then we complain about it. Like me personally, I remove these niggas. I don't see none of that clown shit from Buffalo. All them niggas is on the block list. I don't see it. I'm sorry, I personally don't. Once niggas start taking shits on live and start wilding out, I said, listen, this is what I don't need to do with my life. And that's it, man. It's just, and it's not good for your health, bro. Mentally, think about this, bro. I'll spend 10 hours on a video, put the video out, get 1,000 views. Somebody will go and take an actual shit online and get 20,000 views. I'm not competing with the
And
person
then
taking
people
the
yell
shit.
at you more.
Yeah, this shit's nuts. You be confused as fuck, like, huh? But all right, man, that's a part of it. That's a part of the process, unfortunately. Okay, as we get into some of the last two topics of today, we got artists not being able to take criticism. This is big. This is big. I feel like this is something that a lot of people can't take criticism. I think it's not just artists, but I think it's more in the lines of creatives. Criticism is everything, bro. It's just something that we need, bro. I love when people talk shit. When people talk shit, you can kind of take, because some of it, when people talk shit, some of it be true, and then some of it they be gassing. So you just got to figure out what's true and what's not. That's pretty much what you got to do in that. You know what I mean? Because some of it, you know what I mean, it'd be like, damn, bro, they spot on, but then some of it be like, all right, come on, y'all just doing too much, bro. Like y'all just doing way too much. You know what I mean? But Black Kate,
Yo,
artist taking criticisms. Nah.
that's the question. Oh, artists
Yeah.
not being able to take criticism. Okay.
What is
I
your opinion
mean,
on that?
my only opinion is if you gonna be in the field, you gotta be in the field. That's it. It's gonna come from all different type of angles. I'm a self-reflector. You have to be able to have an open mind if you're going to be in that field, and you have to be able, I mean, some people be arrogant with their shit, and I respect it too, because if you, that confidence we were speaking about, if you feel like you the shit and you know you the shit, be the shit. Don't listen to what nobody say, but you're never gonna grow. Okay. I feel like being able to take criticism allows you to grow. It allows you to be, what's my three things? I'd be like, it's who you are, who you think you are, and then how the world perceives you, right? So you have to be able to know who you are. You who you think you are, that's just everybody, we do that shit, whatever. But how the world perceives us, we don't have to take in everything, but it's good to take in some so you can be able to self-reflect. That's my critique on that.
That's a fact.
Stay open-minded. Stay open-minded. You don't have to take in everything, because some people be projecting, some people be super opinionated. You just have to know how to decipher the difference.
That's a
And
fact.
don't be offended. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. You know, because if you know who you are and you think you are who you are, that third thing really don't matter. But you have to be able to take from that third thing to grow. And that's my thing. You know what I mean?
But I feel like with some artists it be the ego, because it's like some people grew up being you know, the crowd favorite based upon how they grew up as a kid, you feel me? And they come into adulthood and
they lame as fuck.
They hear people go against them and shit like that, and they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to, you know, bring that in. So it's like you get a lot of people that don't know how to take constructive criticism, and they just take it as a straight negative. You feel me?
The open-mindedness. That's where the open-mindedness
them
come
niggas
in.
that got that participation trophy. That's what it be. There's so many niggas getting participation trophies, y'all. We gotta start telling the truth. You lost.
That's my next thing. That was my next thing. What if like on the grow up, everybody just been like, yeah, that's it, da 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 da. You never really got that constructive criticism. That can come into play too.
Every drawing was a Picasso. Everything you did was always amazing, and because of that, you get out into the real world.
Smiling in your face and making it seem like they fuck with what you got going on and not keeping it a buck too.
We got extra voice. I'm a 2-for-1 over here. But yeah, that's what it be. That's what it be. That's facts.
No, that's a fact.
But that's what we spoke on, that real support. You got to be able to decipher that real support and all that extra
like,
shit.
For real though, motherfuckers, like, I've never, like, for him, like, listening to y'all, nobody, me being the artist that I am, everybody show love, bro. Nobody has ever really like, yo, Nita, I think you wrong, but I think you should do this. This will take you somewhere else. Nobody ever said no shit like that to me, bro. Like on a criticism.
Aside from me,
Duh.
But yeah, nah, I feel like
aside from you, but
but
everybody else just smile in my face.
I'm a realist
You
though.
get what I'm saying?
I'm a
I
realist though. We got to deal
I
with
think
realists. We got to surround ourselves with realists, and that's something we spoke on too. Your environment. You got to know your environment. You might have to change your environment. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna mute myself.
No, you right though. No, she's right. It's
yeah.
true. It's kind of like what me and Lita was saying earlier when we were talking about. It's this people are, and I think people are scared to be critics. They're truly scared to do their job. Like even the people that jobs are to be critics. I think we're at the point where there's too many friendships involved. Everybody wants to be everybody's friend. Everyone's scared to tell everybody the truth about something. So therefore, you get in these situations where yeah, people are scared to tell the truth to people's faces, and you get those responses a lot where it'd be like, damn, it makes it almost fake. It is definitely fake, but it definitely it highlights the fakeness because it's like, damn, if y'all would have just kept it real, I was able to get better quicker. I would be able to do like me personally, like with my videography and shit like that. It was so many people on my face saying, "Oh no, this is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine." When it was more I had to learn, it was more I had to do, and that ass kissing it hinders you in ways. You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to learn and actually get better at what you're doing. So I'll definitely feel the frustration in that.
You
Yeah.
gotta be real
I
with
think
yourself and know when people feeding you bullshit too, though. You feel me?
But
Like,
there's a level where you don't know because you come into this
yeah.
game and you be very like you very naive to it. Like you know what I mean? It's when you come into this game, you don't know the sharks from the fucking fish. You don't know yet. So when you get around people, you gotta really you unfortunately you have to go through it to be able to adapt to it.
Yeah, I think that like where that's kind of where I was gonna go with my answer is like I asked for a welcome constructive criticism. I'd be kind of a hypocrite if I didn't with how much I have to dish out, and I kind of and I may be at fault for expecting, I don't need the detailed level of criticism that I give on songs for my own, but like I'll see people like bump my shit and it'll be fun. They'll like most people just tell me that they fuck with my shit, and I'm like not y'all can't all fuck with every single one of my songs, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
and that sounds like arrogant, but like it's also like I feel like or not arrogant, you know what I mean, to the opposite, but I feel like it's true to an extent, especially if I'm asking for your opinion straight up, like be honest with
Mhm.
me. You doing me a disservice, especially like because I feel like people will do that, they'll act like they rock with it in your face, and then like when it come time to talk about it with somebody else behind your back,
Yeah.
they'll be it. And that shit is corny as hell.
But I think, but you got to think that's unfortunately that's the majority of the city currently right now, and
Yeah.
unfortunately that it has a lot to do with not being able to stand alone. A lot of those attitudes and those personalities come from individuals that can't really do anything by themselves. There's a lot of individuals in the town that unfortunately need other people to be successful or have any buzz or have any emotion or anything going on. A lot of people can't stand on their own, so because of that that you have, like I said before, the needing to keep friendships, needing to, a lot of people can't afford to crash out, especially if they want any type of anything going on for themselves in the city. They have to play along. They have to play by the rules.
Yeah.
And
I
unfortunately,
feel like a lot
sometimes
of
you can do
people,
some shit.
I feel like a lot
What you
of
say?
people don't be ready for that criticism either, though. It's like, you gotta know the person you're dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? If it's a person that's overly emotional about a situation, you feel me? Why would you batter them? You feel me? But at the end of the day, you still shouldn't lead people on, though. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel like well, there's a difference if somebody just playing your song and then you give feedback, which if I'm your friend, I'm gonna give you feedback just because, you know what I mean. But
Yeah,
I mean, me personally, like if I'm asking for your honest opinion, I'm opening the doorway to negative. What could be? I wouldn't even call it negativity, but like what something that may hurt your feelings because it's something you worked on,
yeah.
and there's something that need, which it shouldn't, but it's something that in their opinion needs to be worked on about it, and that could help you craft something better. I just think if you really rock with somebody or their craft, that's kind of like a way of supporting them. You know what I'm saying? Non-artificially.
Nah, it's a fact.
No, that's definitely a fact. And I do believe when it comes down to like they said, the level of support that we can honestly give each other versus the level of support we give. I think, like I said, I think it's the after Benny made it. I think it made a lot of people become like aware that it's a possibility that people can make it out of the town. Like it's very possible. And
It
I think
definitely gave life to the town. You
when
feel
that
me? Like,
happened, I think that's what really pushed, because before like he made it, bro, I'm gonna be respectful. Like niggas wasn't thinking about nobody from Buffalo seeing any type of crazy success like that. So it's just like when you're looking at that, you gotta go, wait a minute. Cool, it was a couple heads that made that out before, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas gonna say James Brown, y'all gonna say some wild shit. But at the same time, when you're looking at this age and where we at today, it's just like what he did, he made it like okay, believable. What
Yeah,
niggas
no,
had, okay, look.
I was yeah.
So why is it
He
so hard
duplicated
for
the
people
trick
to support the man then if people really feel like that though? Like that should be
because
more of a reason to support them people over there. You feel me?
it
Because they
turned,
gave
most
you
of
the
that turned to
inspiration.
hate. Because listen, Lito, if I tell you you ain't gonna ever be nothing, if I'm more part of them niggas that clown you, and I tell you all the time, and I make fun of your music, and I call you a bum when you're passing out your CDs, and I clowned you your whole fucking life, and now you sitting here making songs with J. Cole, and I'm still at this bum ass corner, yes, I'm gonna be a little tempted to talk shit. And unfortunately, that's how these niggas move. But that's what that is. Them niggas couldn't go and they feel some type of way. And unfortunately, that's going to happen in any situation because everybody, unfortunately, cannot go. So you have to understand that, yeah, there's going to be people that feel like you betrayed them. And that's in any case, Lito. You make it tomorrow. It's going to be some niggas feel like you left them behind.
Yeah.
That's just unfortunately how that goes. You know what I mean? I know niggas gonna feel like I left them behind because I'm gonna leave them niggas behind. But that's just completely different. That's a whole nother conversation. But no, and that's just purely off of just the respect level and understanding that, you know, after so many years of doing this, bro, we're years in and doing this and just meeting so many people and just connecting. Like you gotta think, Lito, when we connected out of town, the love that we get out of town now and from these out of town artists is so much more than what we received in years of being here. You know what I mean? And after a
Nah, that's
while,
what's
you
up.
look at it differently. And you go, wait a minute, hold on. Now I'm gonna focus solely on my out of town people because they are the ones that are actually supporting what you're doing and how you're moving and what you got going on. So it's always love to Buffalo. Don't think I'm putting my city down. I'm born and raised here, but at the same time, I understand my city has a lot of trauma when it comes down to the crab in the barrel, when it comes down to not believing in each other. And a lot of that shit has to do with them not believing in themselves. And that's where it starts. A lot of these niggas don't believe in themselves, so they can't believe in you. And that's just how it go, man. They don't, and it's like you can sit here and kick a nigga your dreams and try to tell a nigga, oh, yo, look, bro, one day just imagine it, just imagine this, imagine if I do this. You ever try to sell a dream to somebody or tell somebody your dreams and they just stare at you like they just can't comprehend it? That's because they
No,
can't.
that's what's up.
It's not because they slow. It's not because they just genuinely like looking at you like what? You are in a different like wavelength from them right now.
Yeah.
You on a different level. Mentally, you just on a different wave. You see shit they can't, and it's like
Some
you know
people just
what
trying to survive. And that's okay, but that you're not going to impede my level up. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. Like
yeah,
if
you
they
know what I
can't
mean.
see
Some
the
people
vision,
are,
how
you
are they
know,
going to be able to participate?
yeah, you know what I mean. And I think, and I think that, for example, with the whole nigga saying, oh, he's not helping out or Benny's not giving back and niggas is not doing this and that. I think it has a lot to do with understanding that, you know. Maybe he would be more in the spirits of doing that if the love was shown earlier on. You know what I mean? If it was more of that shown, but it really wasn't. It's just I wouldn't feed y'all niggas either. I wouldn't give y'all turkeys either. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't because the disrespect is crazy. The disrespect is crazy, and the shit that's allowed is just disgusting. The fact that we allow niggas to get famous off of clowning them is just bizarre to me. Like these niggas don't have one hidden talent, but talking shit, and it just be like, but all these niggas is famous, and it's just like, yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just that like I said, the Buffalo mentality, that Buffalo famous shit is cute. If you feel like you Buffalo famous, do your big one. But I want you to know, the goal is to get outside of the city, gang, and to really tap in with a real audience that's gonna support and show you love throughout whatever you're doing. Period. That's the goal. The last topic of the night. Anybody else want to touch on this? Big Keish, you still there?
You doing, sir?
She called up right now. Donnie, you want to touch on anything else on this last topic before I get to the last topic?
I just want, like, back to like the artists not taking criticism thing. I feel like, yeah, it's just like it's a disservice to an extent if you don't. Like, I know, like, if I had something that, like, I played for Lido that was irrefutably corny, like, not even just, like, not something in his taste, like a different genre or something, but, like, something that it's like, if you go up and you perform this, you gonna make a fool of yourself. That's not it. He would tell me, so I don't do that, or I would hope that he would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel
No,
like,
for sure.
yeah.
No, that's a fact. That is a straight fact. Y'all, I want to talk about it right quick. I don't know who's be tapped into the streams or not, okay? But I think over this last week, I was just chilling, minding my fucking business. I went on YouTube and I ran into something strange, and I was just taken back by, am I crazy here? Now, basically, I'm watching the stream. I see Kanye West up here, okay? If you guys don't know, Kanye West recently had a stream with DJ Academics, okay? So I'm watching this stream. And Kanye literally looks at everybody. He says, "Hold on, I'll be right back." Right? He walks out the room. He's having a conversation with them. He walks directly out of the room, and he comes back in a full-on a leather KKK outfit, all black. My question to y'all is one, and you know what really bothered me about it? It was the fact that he was wearing it and he was having the conversation still as if he was had it just wouldn't put that on. I feel as if like I don't know how famous you got to be able to make a whole wardrobe change so drastically, and the other person has to act like they didn't see it. Because DJ Academics act as if he didn't see shit. Like he just went on with the conversation, and
He
it's just
left
like one of
no
those things where,
beforehand.
what do you think that meant? Like, why do you think the whole KKK outfit? Like, what do you think that's about?
He texted him beforehand and let him know that he was gonna do it.
I doubt that. I feel like they just look at Kanye and know he just fucking different and he gonna do whatever the fuck he wanna do. So it's
But
kind of
when does
like
different
knowing.
become disrespectful, and how is different and disrespectful different from each other? Because honestly, the man is
But you gotta look at it like that's just one thing. Like the man that supported all type of wicked shit. The nigga Trump supporter, he do all type of crazy
So
outlandish shit.
my question
Like
is it possible to actually, how do I say it? Is it possible to actually cancel Kanye? Like, is it possible to do that, or is it one of
I
those
don't
things
feel
where
like
Trump?
it's possible to do that because he's not gonna allow you to do it. You feel me? He's still gonna put that content out. He's still gonna do what he do. He's still gonna say what he say. We done seen
Canceling.
this man dive off the deep end, bro, and come all the way back. You feel me? Like it's just in him to do that. And we in a world where it's like it's people out here that's gonna support it. So it's like it's no way around that. The type of
No,
energy
so
he
he just
put behind what he talking about is like unmatched. So it's like I don't see it happening. I don't see him getting canceled.
Yeah, I was gonna say canceling in terms of like silencing him, like we won't see him on our timelines or nothing like that. I don't think that's really ever gonna happen, even if he goes broke. But in terms of like people not supporting his brand as much and his money going down and his income, I mean, he's still a billionaire at the end of the day, but like that takes sustainability. Um, and I feel like those sales are dwindling. Like people didn't pay attention to his last album as much when it dropped, except for his core fan base. It wasn't able or accessible for people to listen
But he
to.
just got that
But
billionaire status back. He done came down from being a billionaire, bro, to really like feeling like you could tell his whole body shift. Like once them numbers went down, the nigga whole mind frame just went black. Like you feel me? Now you see he doing even more shit than what he originally do. Like
do you
I don't
think
know,
it
that
would
When you
nigga just
actually?
sign,
different.
when you sign to certain labels, you can't do certain shit.
I think at first he was trying to do shock value for bully because the concept bully. Like when he first started doing like all like the not like the I don't want to say it on camera, get your monetization down, but like the anti-Semitic stuff. Um, when he was doing all that, like I thought he was trying to just say shit that he couldn't say to promote for the album or whatever, and then he really doubled down and doubled down and doubled down. Yeah, it's just
So I have a question. Do y'all think that the music, like if you explode and things like that, do y'all think that the music industry makes majority of these rappers crash out like that?
Hell
I
yeah.
think that y'all ready for? Can I pod? Can I really pod? I'm about to say some wild shit right now. I need y'all to stick with me. I'm about to
Pot
cook.
in.
All right. Look, we podding tonight. I think they rape half of the niggas that come into this industry. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think financially and physically, I believe
Mm.
it's a lot of hate and nasty shit going on behind the scenes, and I believe that's why most of these people get hooked on drugs. Why most of their careers fall apart. I believe like a lot of them they got mental issues after that shit, man. And I believe like if you just listen to half of these stories that are coming
Orlando
out
Brown.
now, the whole Diddy situation. Like I know people keep ignoring it, but everything that they ever said about that nigga is coming to light, and all them rumors and shit that sounded so crazy before, they ain't looking that too off these days. If you know what I mean,
And
like
no
you,
lie,
like,
you had to get through
And Bieber,
Diddy.
Drake.
You had to get through Diddy.
yo, and that's the thing. He was at the door. He was at the gate. So you got to understand, like, for these people that went through Diddy, and like honestly, like you got to think the niggas that's coming out for the making of band shows and shit like that. They all over there saying, "Yo, Diddy wanted some ass from
But they're not
everybody."
even making a band no more. You get what I'm saying? So that's like the
But
ones
that's the
that's not
point. Like
making
they
it
like,
are the ones that turned it down, I feel like.
but I think
But
niggas
you want
like
to know what's
Diddy.
crazy about that whole situation, though? I don't feel like none of them niggas was physically held down at gunpoint. Like, if you don't do this, it's over for you. These
But
motherfuckers chasing fame
Lido, you can't
so
say that. You
bad.
can't say that because some people aren't mentally as strong as you, Lido. And some people, when they get the opportunity, they want to feed their families. They want to change people's lives. There's people that get sent to Diddy that know this is my opportunity to make it. This is my chance. And not just Diddy, some of these other execs. And it's like when you get put in these predicaments, some people aren't mentally able to say, you know what, I'll get it the hard way. We talked about this last time. Most people ain't choosing the hard road. They getting any way easy.
They are
And that's just
not.
how it is now. So if you got to get it that way, some niggas is prepared to get it that way. That's
So
not on my level, but hey, some people are
But that's
willing to
like
do that. So
prostitution. That's like prostitution.
yeah, on God, it's just
Exactly.
like,
But
and
they
I get
was
it.
willing to do it, though. But now you're looking at the person that was doing it to them and like, oh, this person is
Now
that and
you
the
gotta
third. But
point
these
fingers.
people
Well,
was willing to do that.
and you're right about that because if you're willing to do something, don't point a finger and be like, "Well,
You
yeah, he
feel me?
made me do it."
So does
Not
that
saying
make
that
does
that's
that
right,
make Diddy
but
less of a monster because you willingly got molested, or does that make how does that work? Because in my
I don't feel
eyes,
like they
But
make
that
them
don't
less
make
of a
it okay
monster.
for him to be like that, though. Just because
Right.
he got molested, that does not make it. Let me be clear. That does not make it okay. A lot
And
of
a
people
lot of
get
them people
molested, so
was
you think
drugged
that if
too.
the next person got molested, it's okay for them to be molesting other people, even though it could be something like that. Yeah, true.
because you
But
don't
that's
think it
like
happened to
taking
Diddy, I'm pretty
advantage.
sure it happened to Diddy.
But that's
Like
like
I'm pretty
taking it.
sure
It probably
something
did
happened.
though. But that's like taking advantage of a minor or somebody that you know physically, mentally is not there though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you got put in that predicament, bro, you have to know how that shit feel already. So for you not to want to have somebody else feel like that, unless you liked it.
I feel like Diddy definitely probably done been through the ringer and that shit built a monster within him. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Is this off of Kanye? Because like, did you think Kanye was in like the little closet booth with Biggs? Like, what was going?
ain't no telling what the motherfucker
Honestly, I
did, bro.
don't
Like,
think me personally, Kanye don't strike me as the nigga that's gonna go.
No, he got
And because
he beat people up too. Like he be on some crazy shit. I've seen him like
like
videos.
Kanye don't strike me as the nigga that's gonna go. So it's like, and I could tell because that's why they treat him the way they do.
But
Like you know what I
they
mean?
take
Like
advantage of him having mental issues. I think that's where taking
but
advantage.
just cause he gonna go don't mean he ain't never take nothing, nigga. You feel me? Like,
True.
that's some sick shit right there, Little. That's some sick shit.
that's real shit,
Um,
nigga. You
That's
pieing
real
or
shit.
what?
That's real shit. Real raw shit. I mean, my
you know
bad.
what I
Oh
mean?
no pun intended.
No,
Come
no
on
pun
now,
intended, right?
we talking about two moguls in the industry for a long, long time, nigga. Anything Diddy was doing, Kanye had well knowledge of. You feel what I'm saying? I don't feel like that man was blinded, nor did he get a G pass. So I'm pretty
I'm not
sure.
gonna say nobody was blinded. I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say everybody partied hard, and that at that party.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna hold you. Like 3 years ago, all of our favorite, all them niggas was there. All the niggas that all the favorites was in the building. They was all smiling. Niggas was dressed up. Niggas was vibing out. That
Mm-hmm.
paperwork came out. That court case dropped. Them niggas act like they ain't never seen a Diddy. They don't know what a Diddy is.
But then you got celebrities that's been out just as long as them niggas coming out and saying like niggas was giving their ass up. You feel me? So it's like them motherfuckers made it a thing. Like,
Well, how does that go then? Because is that still a charge? Because like even if they can prove, okay, cool, he was fucking them, but they was willingly getting fucked, right? All right, cool. Is there a way to be like, all right, cool, well then that's consensual sex? Because technically that's consensual sex, isn't it? or is it?
Yeah,
What is that?
it is.
I feel like it still comes down to
There's weed
physical
drivers.
evidence. You feel me? Because
I
somebody
mean,
could
it's
say
already
that, oh
happening.
yeah, I didn't consent to this or whatever that, but that's verbal. You feel me? But if it's physical evidence showing that they were willingly doing that, I don't feel like he would have got charged for a lot of that shit.
And you
But
got to
True,
all
but
the
I
remember
feel
though.
other
like that
people,
Diddy's so deep inside of this already that they want to like they willing to hear the stories.
You know what
yeah,
I
I feel
mean?
like they willing to hear it all right now. You feel me? Because
Yeah,
it's a lot of people that Diddy got on his documents. You feel me? Like that physical evidence I'm talking about. He has physical evidence of a lot of people higher up, and they want him to fuck out of there. They don't
they
want that
do.
shit to get exposed. You feel what I'm saying? So Diddy case is gonna literally like be a crazy ass ending. You feel me? Like I don't feel like that
What
shit gonna
happens?
end
They
What
well.
said that's
happens
what happened when
if
he
he's
starts
found
selling
not
liquor.
guilty?
If he get found not guilty, then that shit is gonna be man. That shit is and man,
Diabolical.
listen,
Because you got to
that shit
think,
is
like a
they
lot of
pulling
people
strings on the
have
inside.
turned up, they back on Diddy with that. So it's like, how does he? Is it still a place
Well,
for him in the industry if he comes back
so
from a non guilty plea?
Hell
Absolutely,
no.
because R. Kelly, they people still fuck with him in the industry after all the shit that he done. You feel
But
what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like
Diddy
I feel
not gonna
like
be
the
able to take the
public
backlash
opinion
that
thing.
come with that student media. You feel me? I feel
I
like
feel like
mentally
Diddy will
he
be
gonna
able to
crack.
because he's already nonchalantly don't care.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. But I'm saying like I feel like that shit is gonna change that man, and it's not gonna be the puffy combs that everybody used to
Oh
seeing
hell
and
no.
all that shit. He's
He's in
gonna
jail
turn
right now,
into
so
a
that means he's sober. That means he can't do drugs. So like, yeah, he over there, he's sweating blood right now. So like,
I've
yeah.
heard
when he
he
come
graduated
outside,
from
Now I
the.
gotta be real honest with y'all. If y'all don't think Diddy could get his hand on some drugs in jail, is
Yeah,
we doing
He
it?
gonna turn into a Suge
he
Knight.
probably selling it.
He gonna turn into the next Suge Knight.
Yo,
Watch,
you funny as hell. He
I
was the next show night already.
I think
but
he's
he's gonna
actually going to or
He
well,
was pulling up
I've
on
heard
niggas
that
like
he's
we gonna do this the
gradually been
easy
trying to
way or the
speaking out
hard way.
with his case. Like with that news that came out about Drewski and Odell, like, and then the Jay-Z stuff with Busby, like, I think he's using those to try and weaken the credibility of the case because it's not the Cassie case that's documented. This is about the whatever Rico case with the solo.
Man, Diddy telling on all them niggas, bro. He already said
Man,
niggas
Diddy's
crazy
taking
as hell.
down
They think
all
I'm
that shit.
going down by myself, nigga. He's gonna tell all they little dirty secrets. He's gonna expose all that shit
I
because
don't
So
if
think
what
he
he's
you
gonna
what
do
type
all
lose,
of
that.
time? Okay,
Honestly,
so if he do that, what type of time do you think he's gonna get? Like house
he's gonna
arrest? Do you think
get.
he just gonna get probation? Do you think he gonna
Listen,
get
if
jail
Diddy
time?
get charged for these charges, Diddy is done for.
I
If
don't.
he
Yeah,
if
I'm
he
not
go
well
to
versed
trial
on
and lose,
like,
he damn
but
near that
They
nigga
said
damn
he's
near
going
gonna
to
lose his
trial.
life if he
They
go to
already
trial
said
and
he's
lose.
going to trial.
I'm not
He
well versed on what the conviction is for like the crime, like how many years it typically is. So I don't know even if they let
man,
him
they
off.
gonna hit that nigga with 100 years and some. What
Sheesh.
parole would he get out? It's like he's
Oh yeah, them Rico joints don't. Yeah, them joints don't be playing because it's a bunch of charges compiled together. So they're just hitting you with case after
but you
case.
gotta understand, like this nigga got potential murders, all that. Like they still got Biggie up under his shit. You
No,
feel me? Like it's
definitely.
mad shit. That nigga damn near facing life. Like literally. If he go to trial and lose, that man is done for.
You know what's funny though is Rico cases are usually against like multiple people. They did.
we were talking about Diddy right now, but yeah, Lil Durk's damn near in the same situation. The Rico case is the series. I was
Oh,
answering the comment.
yeah, that shit is bad for looking bad for Dirk.
Nah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and then in that situation, do you feel like he was tricked off the streets? Do you feel like he caved into the Sly for Bond comments? Do you
Nah,
feel
you
like
can't say he got tricked off the streets because he
He moved,
allowed that
he
shit.
moved sloppy.
Dirk,
That's what happened.
Dirk allowed that shit. Dirk is not no retard. You feel what I'm saying? Dirk is strategic. He allowed the streets to bring him down. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like he met his fate. The nigga literally rapped about what he's going through right now, currently. Like you spoke it into existence.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
you know what I
Come on
mean?
now, federal nightmares. That nigga literally made his bed.
You need
He
to make
said
our
literally
song J.
made his
Cole
bed.
quick to try and appeal to the.
Come
He
on
said, J.
now.
Cole quick, please.
It's still free smirk though. It's still free smirk though. But he just went out. He went out bad. I ain't gonna hold you.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you put that 100% on him. Like, yeah, at the end of that is true though. It is him at the end of the day.
He
You know what I mean?
allowed people
I will
around
say
him to
100% put
bring
him
his
in.
empire down. Just like Lil Baby. Lil Baby next to mine. You feel me? Like all these niggas we idolize and look up to and the greats, them niggas is crashing.
I just heard too many slip ups in there, including like how you damn near knew the dude with the wire had a wire type shit. Like, and y'all still, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that shit is wild.
I don't know. That shit was just too tough for me. You get the fuck out of there. What was I
Yeah.
gonna say? Niggas just be wanting to go to jail
What about
forever.
being if Kanye walks in, like you're set to interview Kanye, and he walks in wearing or he walks out, then walks back in wearing a black KKK outfit.
I'm at least ask the man a question like, what does this represent? Like, what is the message you got behind this? You feel what I'm saying? Like the way academics took the shit, I feel like was just bogus as fuck. So like you said, he just act like he didn't witness this man go and put a whole fucking black cloak on with
He
a
in there
fucking crown on his fucking head.
But you
Like
gotta think these niggas gotta do that because they need to get the clout. They gotta be in the room with these people. And unfortunately, it's kind of like when I think it was the one white boy that paid Playboy Cardi $1 million to come do a stream and he walked out on him as soon as he got the money. It's one of those things where they're willing to, you know, go above and beyond and be around celebrities. Like me personally, I've never fascinated myself with them like
hey,
that.
yo,
So I'm
somebody in
willing
the
to.
What are
comments
you
just
doing, Shy?
said Diddy ain't getting no real time because he got billions. First of all, Diddy is broke on paper. That's first off. Second off, that man, they don't give a fuck about them billions, my boy. We talking about the feds, my nigga. Them niggas, that nigga is cooked, boy. Like, ain't no coming back. It's
And
too much
look.
they done brought to the table.
Real shit too. Look, I get it. Everybody always call academics a rat. Everybody always say like everyone has to be a rat. No, the truth of the matter is what nobody wants to hear, right? The truth of the matter is, right? If I did this in Buffalo, if I went and interviewed a bunch of street niggas about all they street nigga shit and they willingly sat there and told me everything and I posted it and a bunch of shit happened because of it, you gotta understand it's they fault. You can't, bruh.
I think that what ACT does is different from because what you're saying, what you're describing is more so like what Adam 22 and what fucking Vlad do. You know what I mean? I think like what ACT was doing back in the day that they call him a rat for was he was documenting things, like kind of like
But
Trevor.
who you think was sending him the information? It was the people he was documenting. And
Yeah, but I'm
that's the
saying,
point you got to remember. Like even with the Chicago series, that everybody hates him for. The Chicago series, they were sending him that information. He was miles away. He didn't know who the fuck was beefing with who, what was going on. They were sending him the information.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm not saying either are good. I'm saying like a person is documenting and benefiting without involving the other person, and the other two like they're more so and giving false hope to a person and putting them in danger when they're interviewing them and trying to egg them onto certain topics. Now it is their choice to. It's the same thing with like Lil Durk. Like at the end of the day, is it your fault? Yeah, you know what I mean. You slipped up and you said shit you shouldn't have said. But like I'm not gonna sit here and act like they not provoking it or they're doing something good by putting people in a position.
I feel like when it comes to these interviewers and bloggers, bro, they basically feel like, okay, the feds got them. This evidence been put out, this, that, and the third. Then they go get the evidence that they done put out publicly, talk about it, pinpoint situations within that evidence, talk about that, shine light on shit, you feel me? This, that, and the third, you feel me? But I feel like them interviewers and bloggers put themselves in them positions to be good called rats and this, that, and the third, because you literally doing the police job for them. You feel me? That's why they said the internet is unbeatable because it's like they solving cases before the police even solve the motherfucking
That's what I'm
case.
saying. I'm not saying either of them aren't rats. I just think
But
it's
how are they
different
able to
type of
solve the
taking
cases,
advantage of.
people?
Huh?
How are they able to solve the cases? People are able to solve these cases because people are giving them they're believing the evidence on Facebook. They're like literally posting that they did
Okay,
it.
but how do the police solve cases? Through people running their mouth, exposing more shit than what's supposed to be talked about, this, that, and the third. When these interviewers and bloggers get to being the fucking detectives, of course they're gonna go back to social media and see what they missed. You feel what I'm saying? Because people always running their motherfucking mouth and shining light on shit that they ain't got nothing to do with.
Niggas be telling on themselves, period.
Period.
Self snitching at its finest, people.
That's another form of clout. Why are you telling people what you did? Should nobody know what you did?
And
These
that's not a
niggas
form
ain't.
of clout. That's a form of clout chasing, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I hate stuff like that.
No,
Like,
that's
I don't give a
definitely.
fuck about what you did in the past. What you doing right now?
Got caught
Mhm.
so caught up in the money, bro. It's like they just don't give a fuck. Cause for a nigga to go and do a drill and then go and make a drill song about the drill that they just did
Oh yeah,
is
you
just
already dumb.
completely fucking baffling. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. Either
oh, I'm
way,
gonna get
like
I'm gonna
Go
get
just go to
millions
the
off this
feds and
song.
tell them you
I'm
did
gonna
it.
get millions off this song. You feel me, nigga? You gonna do a million years behind that song, boy.
yeah, either way you're
You
promoting
might about
stupidity
that.
because you're promoting
Well,
somebody who
also
did
today's
something
day,
and then they're telling on themselves, or you're promoting somebody who didn't do it and they faking a lifestyle they didn't live.
right? But that's today's day. That's in today's world right now. Is
Definitely,
everybody's faking the
definitely.
And
lifestyle?
it's still happening. Nobody is sitting there watching this shit happen and not doing it. You still see niggas to this day go and shoot a video with 50
Faking it.
guns and over thousands of dollars and all this extra shit and think that it can't happen to you. Like, you gotta be a damn fool.
That's the
Yeah.
internet.
No, that's a fact.
Yo, buddy,
The
buddy
last
with the
topic of the night,
dreads.
y'all.
Your background
Oh,
raw
what
as
you about to say?
hell. Buddy with the dreads right there. His background raw as hell with the beard. Oh, y'all all got beards. Fuck. With the hoodie on.
My
Roof.
dreads?
Talking about roof.
The
Oh,
old
Talking about
nigga.
roof.
Yeah, that background raw
I
as
think
fuck.
That's my
the
old
old
nigga.
nigga is crazy. Yo,
Yeah,
last
old
topic of the
nigga is
night.
crazy.
Faking it. Last topic of the night. Faking it till you make it. What is y'all opinion on it? You know what I mean? Some people say you're supposed to do it a little bit until you know what I mean? What's
I
y'all
feel
opinion?
like I feel like in the entertainment business, it's acceptable to a certain extent because let's look at Moneybag Yo. Nigga came in the game wearing fake jewelry. You feel me? But he understood the assignment. I don't got the bread to do it, so this is what I gotta do to present this image behind my talent, which turned into him being one of the top niggas in the jury game right now. You feel what I'm saying?
But
But in real
how sad
life,
is that you unfortunately you damn near have to become this accessory, or you have to have all these accessories to be deemed good at what you do, even if you're already good at what you do.
but like I
It's not
said,
changed
it
about
come with
money
the
bag.
business that you in. It come with the business that you in. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to fit that image to
So if
be
you're gonna
able to.
talk about money,
Yeah, but
jewelry,
listen,
and
right?
stuff like that, I expect you to have it on inside your music videos. You get what I'm saying?
But
So like that's just the image.
listen to this, right? I remember I saw an interview a long time ago with Diddy. You get what I'm saying? And it's like when you got a certain status, don't nobody look at your jewelry and shit like that and be like,
Right.
oh, that shit fake. That's know what I mean. Diddy literally had an interview on the internet long time ago, or I wouldn't even say an internet. He was just talking. He was like, yeah, I ain't had no canary diamonds to match what I had on or some shit like that. I went to a fucking gas station and I went and bought some fake ass canary diamond earrings. Who the
Mm-hmm.
fuck gonna look at him and think that them shits is fake?
yeah.
It's athletes right now that literally do podcasts and tell people it's females, it's content creators, it's all type of people that's wealthy, and they literally showing you like, shit, I ain't going to buy the real diamonds for what? When I could just throw this shit on, they gonna believe me anyway. You feel
Believe
what
it
I'm
Once
Honestly,
saying?
again,
that's
if your music is top tier, you don't have to worry about that.
And then
Like
you got the
Joyner
motherfucker.
Lucas, for example. Joyner Lucas don't wear that much
Mm.
jewelry inside none of his music videos,
His music
and he a
videos are
raw ass
very
rapper.
narrative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that joint is good. He got an actual skill now. I mean, ain't nobody looking at
Mm-hmm.
him
Nobody
wearing
looking at that.
chains.
They listening
Yeah,
to
ain't
him.
nobody. I
So
mean,
if you
they
got
listen
so
somebody
to
so
him.
listening
you
to
saying
you,
to the ones that have to wear it, it's kind of informing you that you need a little bit more because your skills may not be with to be able to stand on their own.
Well, when I wore a
Basically,
chain that
at
was
this
fake,
point.
I told you that I wore it as a reminder of me having to level up. So I'm like, and I wouldn't lie to people about the chain being fake. I would tell them that it's not real because I have to focus on getting to a point, and not that even where I'm gonna get my bread that I'm necessarily going to invest into a chain, but I just want to feel like I'm at the point where I'm not wearing a fake chain. You know what I mean?
That's
I
Like,
hear you, but can I
but
ask? Can I just ask you one question?
mhm.
Who are the people who's calling it fake chains? Are these people who have chains? Or these people who can't afford chains? Is people who
It's the
have real
people that
chains?
can't even afford to change their damn
Oh, okay.
self and
Yes.
envious
I
and
thought so.
you
I
feel
wouldn't.
Mhm.
me? Like it's a fucked up narrative at the end of the day because you should be
Niggas is
allowed to
dressing
wear
up for
whatever the
niggas
fuck
that
you
can't
want to
dress
wear.
up.
I
But
would
think
say
about it like this:
motherfuckers that
a man, listen, a man to get criticized for wearing a chain that's not real or low quality, this, that, and the third. But it's okay for a female to go put a bust down choker on
Hell
that's fake
yeah,
as
But
for
fuck.
now.
you gotta think
Okay.
Because
females
the
don't
men
really
are
wear
the main
anything
ones
real.
out here
Because
trying to flaunt
accessories,
shit
all
you
nothing
that
at
don't
other
all
shit
have.
do
real.
not
The
be real.
lashes be fake, the hair be fake.
Mind your business.
But we
They
live in
don't
our
wear nothing
truth.
at
The
all
men
real.
are the ones out here capping in their rap about shit that they not doing. We not doing that.
But
It's
you
This
don't.
is our
females.
truth. We
It's
living our
both
truth.
sided, really though. It's both sided, really
But I
though.
just said I never
It's
claimed to
both
wear
sides
a
because
real
a lot of
chain. I
bitches
said it
that
was
be
fake.
inside the music videos got fake booties and fake bodies. So yeah, they do
Niggas
become
got fake abs. Come
yeah,
on now.
oh yeah, this
Fake
ass is
Yeah,
little bit,
fake
but it
hairline.
wasn't
ass.
yours.
Fake
But
ass.
it's
Fake
the
ass
same.
and
I feel
Hairline.
like
hairlines is
it's the same
diabolical.
thing on both
Dead
sides of
ass.
the shit though. It's
Yeah.
Right,
both
but
things
with
on both
y'all,
sides of
it's
the shit.
materialistic shit. With men, it's materialistic shit down to what you wear, jewelry, and with women, it's the body.
I do wanna I do want to kind of like offer another perspective with like bringing it back to what you said earlier, Lito, about like with my music, what I put into my music, like I like the energy I want to attract. You know what I mean? Like so, in a sense, like no, you shouldn't be fronting like you got 7 cars if you don't got 7 cars. But if you saying like one day I'm gonna have a Lamborghini or something like that, like I don't think that's nothing. You know what I mean?
You
Or
know that's
like
It's
projective.
how you say it. It's not. It's what.
yeah,
It's not. It's
and then
what
on
you.
top
It's
of
not
that,
what you
like
say.
But it's an
taking that
entertainment
is
business. You
different.
feel me? Everything not based off of factual information. It's motherfucking rappers out here that's nigga
But I
future
ain't
rapping about lean and all this, that, and the third.
so.
Never sit the line. You
That's
feel
what
me?
I'm
Like
All
saying.
right, then
it's
That's
then we gotta place that in the world description. It's an entertainment world. The world is
that's what
based
I'm
on
exactly.
saying.
fucking
So doing that is
You just
different
gotta be
than
willing to. You just gotta be willing to take the backlash that
Like
come
for
with it.
example, do y'all believe
And if
that
you
Sexy
gonna
Red
wear
is truly
fake
a
shit,
hoe?
then you gotta
wear
stand
it
on
in
that when you get
confidence.
exposed
That's
for it.
it. If
I
you
didn't
That's
mean
wanna
to
how I
take
talk
that. My
feel.
bad.
niggas off
You
and
got niggas
talk and
that's
front,
not rich
then
that
you
got
gotta
real shit.
say that in
Do y'all
confidence.
feel
You
like
gotta
Sexy Red is truly a
Exactly.
hoe or it's just marketing?
Who?
Nah,
Sexy
both.
red is truly a hoe.
that bitch.
Yeah.
Sexy Red
And
straight
she
off the
market
strip
and
on
she
the hoe.
market.
She
Straight
don't
Listen,
off
give
can
a
I
the
say
fuck.
something real? I want to say something so real. Like literally, hoeing became so comfortable that these women is okay with being the way they are
I think they
and
found something
expressing the way
authentic with
that
it.
they are.
I hate
Hoeing
it.
became
Yeah,
comfortable when
motherfuckers used to
Oh,
be scared to be called a hoe. Now they like
Now they
that's
happily
But
they gonna tag
it's
that
in
shit
their
on their
bio.
body.
to
It's
kind
on
of
their
prove
bio.
my point,
Listen,
like
when Lil Kim was being a hoe, they was talking shit. But now
well,
it's okay. You
you're
Welcome
feel
to
faking
the
me?
it
new
till you
generation where
you
men can't
make
wear
it.
fake chains.
Do
It's
you
and
think it's ever going to
generational
go
and
back
fake
the
curses.
other
heroes.
way,
why
or do
the
you
niggas
feel
that
like
don't got money, they go the niggas that don't got ain't rich, they don't got money like that, they go all out to go get them some real shit. But the motherfuckers that you know what I mean is expected
But
to
you
have
gotta understand though, them is people that literally like it's a difference from the real world and the entertainment world. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Like
is.
in the real world, you want to really hold that image because it's like you're not being an entertainer, you
and
being
it
a real
shouldn't
nigga.
be.
So why
It
you running
shouldn't
around
be.
with fake jewelry? You not no musician, nigga. You not a rapper. You not this, that, and the third. You a regular
magician
nigga.
is crazy?
but until Moneybag Yo said it himself, like, yeah, I wear fake
That was
jewelry.
him being accountable, but he was only accountable for what he did once he reached a certain peak in his career. You feel what I'm saying? Where he
Well, yeah,
felt comfortable
everybody
to not give a fuck about the responses he was gonna get.
But I'm saying
everybody
so
assumed this shit was real though until he
when
said
it
it.
when it comes
But
to
The
that's
world
monetary
is a
because
things,
bit. The world is full of dick riders. That's just basically what it
that's
is.
a fact.
Ain't nobody gonna
Yeah.
do. Like I said earlier, people don't know what they want to hear until they hear it. People don't know what they want to be until they see it. So it's the same thing with
Okay,
this.
be it.
People don't know
Honest.
who the fuck they are. They just going with the flow, or they just content, or whatever. Like it's just the word. It's weird. It's weird as
Well,
fuck.
that's a dangerous thing.
yeah, like
Especially in
Definitely
the
is.
age at the age that we are, we should already know what we want to be, what we want to do, what we
Hey,
want in life, who we want to be with, what we
You
don't
got
different
to
want to
think
do.
though. A lot
traumas,
of
different
people never.
lifestyles, different
We at
upbringings.
that age.
Okay.
We can't control that, but we can only hold ourselves accountable of how we respond to when the situation is in our face when we do become of these ages, and people don't like
Exactly.
accountability.
Absolutely.
So that's
Like
a
me
new
personally,
topic. People don't like accountability, and that's
now
it.
that's a fact. Like me personally, I'm an entertainer. You feel me? I'm in the music industry, which means I'm an entertainer. I would have been a regular nigga with jury and became an entertainer without it. I done wore my homies chains. You feel me? I done did what I gotta do for them videos and shit like that. I done
mhm.
had my own shit, got my own shit. You feel me? But like I said, it's all a part of the business and what you do with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like.
So like
Absolutely.
when it comes to that kind of symbolism, I kind of like agree with that with like at least put it in my music because like I said, the energy you putting out into your music, you're putting out into the world and it can come back to you. Now something like say fronting like I do certain drugs that I don't, or like acting like me rapping overly violent. Like I'll talk about me defending myself or like if you run up on like you know what I mean, but I'm not gonna act like I'm out here doing home robbery. I'm out here like selling shit that I'm not selling. You know what I mean? Like I that first of all, whatever, like if whether it's believable or not, be fucking like I don't want that
Living
energy to
your
come back to me
truth.
as if I am doing certain stuff because I don't want that
I
lifestyle.
feel
You know what
like
I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, bro, be rapping about shit that they seen through other people's eyes. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
you might have them homies in the hood that's flipping birds or doing this, that, and the third, and because you around it, you feel like it's okay for you to talk about it. You feel me?
All I know is
And
Rod Wave sad ass is getting fired because she's writing sad songs and a lot of people love that.
Yeah. And you know what? Me not talking about that stuff gives me a unique perspective and different things to rap about outside of the norm that people
Hmm.
fuck with. People come to listen to my shit because I'm not saying the same thing that most people are saying on a record. You know what I mean? I have to look for different things instead of just trying to jack somebody else's swag or you know what I mean? I
nah,
rock.
for real.
True.
Like
I
look at
like
Young
music.
Jeezy.
I'm more so of like I like music that I like to feel and I'll have like been in and I can understand. Like I listen to like a
Yeah.
worldwide of music. I listen to country, I listen to pop, I listen to rap, I listen to R&B, old school, everything. So I like more so of just what I feel. Like if it could catch me, then I got it.
People fuck with
Right.
what's relatable to them, but even if it's not, people fuck with authenticity. Like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
even if
But
you don't
But
necessarily
then
relate to it.
sometimes people be caught up in the time. You feel me? Like look at Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy was not a street nigga. Young Jeezy rapped about a lot of shit that he was around. You feel me?
Mhm.
Young
Absolutely,
Jeezy
yeah.
rapped about Big Meech's whole career. You feel me? And made it his own.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what
And
I'm
he became
saying?
a
To this
legend
day,
in
where they
rap from
say
doing so.
to the day where they say he the biggest snowman in the world when it comes to Atlanta. You feel me? Like, but all that shit he rapped about was shit that he wasn't even doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Future doesn't really drink lean and he rapped about it in a lot of his songs. You know what I'm saying?
I
Okay.
Like
think he did, but he
That
But
nigga
stopped.
the
didn't even go
difference
to
between
he didn't
Future
even
and
go out of
Jeezy,
states and he rapped about it.
the difference between Future and Jeezy, Future was man enough to, you know what I mean, put that out there. Jeezy never stood up and said, "Oh, I rapped about this man's life." You feel what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. He really played that image that he was the one pushing birds and doing this, that, and the third. But you the only nigga out the group that never got approached by the feds or nothing. How? Where? When? How? At this point, you an
Well, once
informant.
again, only people who actually know the story of Big Meech gonna understand that. And
But
that's
them the
not
people that's trying
that's
worldwide
to
true
in the
put
too.
light.
world.
That's the
That's
them
And
the
it
all.
got
people
way
that's
more
trying to put
popularized
light
now.
on
I
the
don't think that
situation
like
now.
say 50
Look at
didn't
Brew
do
Da
his
Vinci.
shows that people would be as prone to that knowledge about Jeezy
Look
maybe.
at Brew Da Vinci. Brew Da Vinci was a
At
part
least in
of
a
the
public
group. You
perspective.
feel me? And he the
I gotta
one who
refresh.
coming to the light saying this, that, and the third about Jeezy, bringing the light to the people and this, that, and the third or whatever. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I didn't even know that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a lot of politics coming out about a whole lot of shit. And it's being documented and it's being talked about on these public platforms. You feel what I'm saying? Like niggas' careers is being exposed, all type of weird shit, bro.
See,
It's
that's why I'd
starting to
rather
look.
be rich, not famous. That's why I want to be rich and not famous.
Because
Nah, that's a
exposing
fact.
became trending. Nobody was doing it until it started became a trend. That's just what I'm saying. The world is full
You
of
can be
dishonest.
famous if you're rich.
But
This is
when did it
true.
become a
They
trend?
been rich. They could have been chatting about it. They been rich. None of
Yeah.
that matters. That shit became a
Right.
trend, and now everybody like,
They
okay,
just
nothing
richer
happening
than
to
us.
them. Let me see what's let me tap into this. I got a story too. Niggas could
Okay.
have been doing that. The world would have been a better place. Or we wouldn't even be probably speak about this shit right now because it's like each one is supposed to be each one teach one. It really takes a village, but the people are selfish. They're not working. They're not working in the same way that it's supposed to be. We're gonna forever fail.
Well, what
Nah,
do
it's
you
a
say to the
fact.
people that she's not wrong that people are now coming out saying it because they're more comfortable to
Everything
say
be
shit now. But
trending.
like
Like
for
They
example,
coming out now saying it
with
because
the
they done
Diddy
fell
shit,
all the way off and they trying to
And
figure out a
yeah,
way to make themselves relevant again.
true. And also,
could
some
it be
people
that
do
they?
feed off on other people because I watch a lot of Lifetime movies too, and some people don't have the guts to do things or to go come forward until somebody else do it.
Nah, it's a
Yeah, that's
fact.
what
That
I'm
nigga
saying.
Big
They
Meech been
might
locked up
be.
for
They
damn near
were
18,
encouraged.
20 years. Like now all of a sudden niggas come out the blue, oh Jeezy was fake, this, that, and the third,
Because he's not
all this other
powerful
shit.
no
Like
more. A lot of this shit has to do with the fact is they were scared. That nigga was threatening to kill people, and it was believable. He was blowing up niggas' cars. He was hanging niggas off of balconies. He was
Whoa,
taking niggas' asses. He was a dangerous nigga.
taking niggas' asses, crazy. Dead throwing them off the balcony is insane.
So like Diddy was a monster pretty much. So you gotta understand when you at that level, niggas is not gonna talk about you until they feel as if you're gone.
Yeah,
They,
dead or in jail, you can't touch them. But to be honest, you could get touched if people that powerful that have connections outside. So you got to also play smart
absolutely.
too. Still,
I just feel like people reach a breaking point in their own life that they like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not talk about it.
man, yeah, that's a fact.
sometimes
That's
I
a
feel
fact.
like too when they do things like that, it's only because sometimes I feel like they didn't get to where they needed to be, or they didn't help them get to where they need to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Some
that's
of
where
that
a
shit
lot of
be
hate
off
come from
sight.
though. That's where a whole lot of this hate and shit come from, especially with this Buffalo shit. A lot of
Yeah,
niggas
and
feel left
nobody
out.
listen. Nobody helps the people who literally get to where they get. They literally have to do the shit on their own. Take the like literally suck it in, be persistent, and keep moving. So like why do people feel like just because we when we get up or get our shit together, we supposed to obligated, entitled to help y'all, to help the other
And y'all
people.
didn't
Like y'all
give a
already
fuck
done enough
about.
when we was down. Don't nobody remember what you did when we was down?
I think
Or
they
it
all get
wasn't it
forgetful.
wasn't worth saying nothing about it when the nigga wasn't right. But once you see a nigga get right, now all of a sudden, oh, this, that, and the third, why you ain't talk about that shit when it happened? Or why you ain't talk about that shit when that man was at his lowest? You feel what I'm saying? Why you
Right. So
wait?
that's why you can't
Because
have
you
friends
chasing
that's gonna
clout,
build up.
and you want to try to get some type of recognition from this shit. Like niggas be bozos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
it.
fact. That's a big fact. But yeah, just to close out the faking it till you making it. Pretty much, what I'm getting from everybody is sometimes it depends on the situation. But it's something that people do. Like Alito said, it depends on the business that you're in, and at the same time, it can be detrimental if you don't do it the right way or if you get caught up in it. Once again, for the people that don't know, the people with money don't pay for pretty much anything. Most of that shit be free, and most of that shit be fake. And they are honest about it. They don't care about it because that's how they gonna keep their money. It doesn't make sense to impress us by spending their money, so they don't. So that's why they have it. And that's the key. The key to true success is not spending your money and not changing your life and trying to live up to somebody else's standard. I think that's the number one thing. But another way that people can fake it till they make it would be the fake streams and the fake the image of the music careers and the I've seen a lot of crazy shit. I've seen people fake Billboard entries, all types of shit. It get crazy outside, man, especially in Buffalo. Buffalo niggas is bound to do anything. That's my personal opinion here. But
Not a real place.
nah, what's your opinion on that? Is that necessary? Is it necessary to make sure you go and get those 10,000 fake views because it can possibly get you 10,000 real views? Or
I
how should
feel
you look
like
at it?
I feel like people get caught up in the this nigga gotta be paying for this and paying for that. But at the end of the day, you gotta pay for promotion if you want to get somewhere. But it's like I feel like the people that just do it and you're not really seeing no recognition from it, you just want to look good. You feel me? Them the people that I feel like is confused in life. You feel me? But if it's working for you to the point where you got down pat, where like this is my marketing, this is what I'm doing, this, that, and third, cool. That's part of the game. That's what the industry doing. You feel me? The industry's gonna make sure you get them that because they want their money back. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it all depends on how they going about the situation. You feel me? But if you just
And I
got
and I,
30,000 followers one day and then every other day you got 10 to 20 people on your shit, it looks stupid. You feel me? It looks corny as hell, and I don't feel like it's even worth it. You feel me?
I feel like in ways I feel like for example, I feel like people be trying to follow the trends of like what they hear online. So like the arguments artists will give me, like artists that buy views that I personally know that I have argued with behind the scenes, I have told them like, yo, listen, that's pointless. It's not really gonna get you anywhere. But in their heads, it's more in lines of, hey, look, it can get me the perception that I'm doing this and that
Yeah.
I'm doing that. And their argument is that hey, the record labels do it and this, that, and the third. But if you're going to follow the record label's game plan, then you have to follow it to a T. You have to understand that yes, they're putting money into marketing, but they're also putting money into the music, and that's something that a lot of people aren't doing. People are putting a lot of money because people are spending a lot of money on fake jewelry. Like fake jewelry costs money, and then at the same time, they're spending a lot of money on views and fake bot views and comments and likes. And it's like you could be spending that money on your actual craft and your actual music and getting it mixed properly, buying and
Yes.
paying for your beats, and actually being able to own your shit that's good quality. So that way,
Or
when people come
advertising it
across it, yeah, because I've seen a lot of
in the
artists
right
that
way.
have the perfect look, but their music sounds terrible, and it's just simply because their marketing is all over the place. They think that the look is more important, kind of like what Lito said. The look is more important than the actual results.
I think that that's the one thing that it does for you is if you're able to pull it off consistently, like you said, and if you're because if your route would probably have to be the machine route, but like to pull, you'd have to pull it off consistently so it doesn't look
It gotta
away
make sense.
because
It has to make sense.
it's very obvious when people are doing it like and they're doing it the wrong way. Like Shy's able to tell immediately. He'll point it out to me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, that shit don't add up. But like for me, I think like the negatives just outweigh the positives. Like it fucks up your algorithm for one. Two, it misconstrues your own perception of what your viewer base is and how to market to them. Because even if you are getting the amount of bots that you're getting, like that you're paying for, it's attracting other bots that you don't know are bots. So that's affecting your organic views as well. But it also blocks your views from the your ability to be on other people's walls and stuff. It fucks you up on the algorithm, and then see, like I said, if you don't portray it right, it fucks up your image. So it's way more negative than it is beneficial. Like better off focusing on your organic viewer base and figuring out how to grow that demographic or outside of that demographic and keep the people who are fans of
And the
you
secret and the
fans.
secret to growing your base is simple. I know it takes longer when you have to honestly gain true fans and true supporters, but you got to understand those people aren't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is to get your true supporters, because your true supporters are going to watch anything you do, anything you put out. They're going to support. They're going to buy it. They're going to show love. The ones that don't support, I think that's the, how do I say it? Those are the ones that they're trying to impress. And I think you should never try to impress the people that genuinely don't support you. Because if they aren't supporting you now, the support, by the time they support you, it won't even matter.
Honestly, there'd just be another out of the hundreds of thousands that care. And it's just like, yeah, nah, but you need to focus on the ones that genuinely care now because they're going to help you grow. And I always tell people, if you see certain algorithms and you pay attention to your algorithm, a couple people on your pages and shit that see your shit and don't show love, it's about time to clip them. I'll be very honest with you. It's time to make room for individuals that genuinely support, genuinely like comment on your shit. Instead of trying to force people to support you that don't, it's time to start focusing on the ones that do
Yeah.
and attracting more. And I think that should be the goal for a lot of individuals. It's cute to have the 50,000 views and shit like that because it looks a certain way. It gives you the look. It's nice to have, the change, the rentals, all that shit is fire. It looks good for the videos, but you can't forget that at the end of the day, you're an artist and you need to still put out quality work. And like I said before, that music got to match.
Well, you have
Um,
to think like they're also doing it for leverage. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like when you're doing it to leverage those numbers to put yourself in a better position of a deal, A, it can be seen through, and then B, it's like say you're doing it for monetary gain, like promoting another artist. Like
yeah,
when you go to share that other artist, you're sharing it for 50,000 bots and 10 followers.
yeah, literally.
And so like they're gonna see that they didn't get no ROI, like their return on investment isn't nothing. So it's like, why did I do business with you? And either they're gonna try and get their money back in a negative way if you don't give it back to them, or B, they're gonna tell them other people that your business ain't shit and not to work with you. And news travels around fast in the entertainment industry.
No, that's
I
a
feel
fact.
like you got to be strategic, organic, and you have to be consistent.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? If you really want to prosper in this industry, because if you lack any one of them, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be putting 10, 15, 20 years into this shit, and it's gonna feel like a headache. You feel me? It's gonna feel like you
No,
never
that's a
accomplished nothing.
Them
So,
that's a
them years will pass by like that. Yeah.
No, that's a straight fact. I want to thank everybody. A couple people had to jump off. It is late. I didn't realize what time it was. 11:30. You guys, we're about to close out. I appreciate everybody that did tap in today. We were live on all platforms today. Once again, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We'll be back on Saturday night, of course, doing another city for city. We took a break tonight. I wanted to come talk to the people, still vibe out with y'all. I had a great panel tonight. Shout out to everybody that stopped by. Donnie Sav, of course, Rue,
Everybody.
of course, Ashley, Black Kate, Big Keish, of course, Carlito Smooth. Okay, we rocked out. I appreciate all the conversations. We had some very good conversations tonight. I appreciate everybody for showing love on all the platforms. Of course, we do have a music video reaction probably tomorrow that we're going to get done for you guys. So make sure you send your music over to tkrsnet@gmail.com if you haven't already. Make sure it's a music video link. We'll show you some love, give you a nice little rating if it's fire. With that being said, we are out for the night. I appreciate
let
everybody
me
for
give
coming by,
let me
showing
do my
love.
shout out.
Do your thing, gang.
I'll do my shout outs. I just want to say shout out to all the supporters for the City for City Song Wars. You feel what I'm saying? Like he said, we'll be back Saturday. Shout out to all my out of town followers. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody who tapping into the platform, showing love. Shout out to Infinity Entertainment, Kenzo King, Rose Goldie. You feel me? Harlem Night. Shout out to all my people. And shout out to the TKR's network, man. We do this shit for the people.
You know the
Stay
vibe. You know the
tapped
vibe.
That's a
Anybody else
fact.
want to say anything?
Bye
Oh
now.
yeah,
Shout out to
absolutely.
me.
Today's sponsored product is a MacBook Air 15-inch, 900,
He
brand
can't
new,
be stopped. He
We're gonna
can't be
shop
start
stopped.
calling you
Rue,
Risky Roo.
shot by Rue. That's right.
Not risky, real. Shout out to Ashley. She about to get on her cruise tomorrow. Vibe out. I think she in
Type shit,
Miami.
type shit.
You on the
I'll be
vibes. You on the
back
vibe.
Tuesday, so you guys could book with me with your hair, lashes,
You
tattoos. Hit me up, whatever you need. I got
know the
you.
vibes. You know the vibes. You know what I mean? I hope you have a great time out there. Donnie Tab, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for
Showing
having
love
me.
to the platform yet again. Of course, we got Carlito Smooth rocking with me every pod. I don't think every time I'm live I'm with Lito. You see the support. Remember, people. In closing, I want to remind everybody just to surround yourself with individuals that believe in the same goals and dreams as yourself. And just align yourself with individuals that understand where you're going
mentally and where you need to be, even if you don't see it yet. Just try to be around individuals that kind of like-minded, because that kind of it gets you farther in life. When you're around any naysayers or doubters, it's going to make it a little more complex for you to accomplish your dreams and goals. So definitely go above and beyond to make sure your circle is how it should be. I appreciate. What the hell is he doing? I appreciate everybody. Rule over there just tripping. I appreciate everybody yet again for popping up, showing support. We out this bitch. Kids Are Asleep Network. You know the vibes. Once again, Carlito Smooth, Ashley, Rue, Donnie Sav. We out this bitch.